Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John.
I'm Claire.
That's Ted behind us. I swear I saw Zena in the corridor a second ago. I don't know where Willow is. Willow's hopefully alive somewhere.
She's probably still on the windowsill.
She probably is on the windowsill where she likes to be, yes. So as many a true nerd, and welcome back to a webbing journey. Because tonight I just wanted a super chill, relaxing stream. So if you just heard a snort, that was Ted. He just makes random snorting noises. He does very dramatic. he does a big dramatic sigh. He does little snorts. When he falls asleep, he makes little puppy dreams and makes little squeaks and all sorts. Delightful dog. Delightful dog. I just wanted a nice, relaxing. Yes, Tad?
Buddy, what's up?
Hello. Do you have to sneeze? Did you just have to sneeze there for a second? Thank you for demonstrating.
Oh, Ted, if you have to bath, can you go in the hallway where it's tiled?
Ted, you okay?
Okay, I'm gonna cuddle a dog.
You're gonna cuddle a dog for a second. He just had it. He just had his food and then he had his snacks. So he might have a tiny bit of dessert chew in his throat. There, Claire will just check that Ted's fine. Welcome to a webbing journey for like a third time, which is supposed to be a nice, super relaxing live stream. Then we showed up, and there's some wackiness going on in chat right now. YouTube's just dumped a new feature on us, where, like, the people in chat have got, like, numbers and XP or something. There's a flipping RPG going on in chat right now. Fascinatingly, that I don't know anything about and I didn't opt into and I didn't choose to turn on. I've no idea what the rules of it are. So hopefully Claire will figure that out as we go.
Yeah, but Jake's winning, so I don't care because Jake is a good.
That's fine. If Jake's winning, the whatever the chat RPG that's going on. Whatever's going on in there, that seems acceptable. Jake's allowed to just win the chat RPG. We don't know what's going on there. That's true. We also had unrated crowds. So now in theory you can have multiple different crowds simultaneously. Anyway, we're just going to play some lovely webbing journey. There is a Willow as well. In case you missed the video, a webbing journey is basically an old school classic physics game. Like Claire's just playing with a dog in the background there.
Well, he's also wagging his tail against a cardboard box, so it makes a lot of noise.
He is, you know. It's basically like an old school. I mean, I think it's an immersive sim. I didn't actually use the word during a video because I didn't want to get into a debate about genres. But given an immersive sim is basically, hey, interact with. Hello, Willow. You're also going to cause trouble, are you? Excellent. Given an immersive sim is basically a genre about using physics and a set of tools to solve problems in creative ways. I think you could argue it's an immersive sim where basically I'm a spider. And hang on, let me just load up our little spider thing. Hang on, wait, there we go. That's our little spider. He's, as you can see, wearing bread for shoes. And he's got his lovely big top hat and heart-shaped glasses and heart-shaped pupils. So yeah, you can just point at a thing and say, hey, I want it to come towards me or pull me towards it. Also, that was an actual candle. Hang on, I may have just set fire to the office, so let's just swing down and make sure. Okay,
Willow, stop walking on my computer!
Willow, no, bad cat. Willow's just decided, screw it, we're just gonna just walk past everything. Nothing seems to be on fire, so that's good. So I can just I can physics between multiple items, and that's a temporary thing, and the moment I release the trigger, it's gone. Or I can build a bridge anywhere I want to. I can just say where I am and where I'm pointing. Boom. There's a bridge there now. I can walk on that, or at least I could if I'd not completely flipping failed it. I can also swing on it. It's now just an item that exists in the game that I can now also swing on, if that's what I want to do. And I can also use that, spot, and now I can climb on it. I can use that as a source of a new bridge. And I can build a bigger, more complicated three-way web. And then, if I want to, I can, just fill in the web a little bit more. And the game seems to be... I've not found an upper limit to how many webs you can create. That's probably why this game's quite visually simple. It wants you just, have the ability to just handle as many webs as you can manage. So you can create little web bridges, or alternatively, you can, if you want to, create chains of webs, where each web forms just links to the next. It's just a multi-stage web bridge, and you can just break those down if you want to as well. And then finally, yes, the other on the blue, a web point where you set a web point, and then you connect as many things as you want to that point. And that's it. That's it. You literally have those abilities at the start of the game. And the game says, yeah, here are your 4 abilities. It gives you them in a little tutorial that wasn't in the video, because I can explain it in a matter of seconds, so it's fine. But it says you tried all those abilities. And that's it. That's all you've got for the entire whole of the game. The game just... Everything else, you're just earning hats and shoes. And you just have to use those abilities to solve problems. On this occasion, print important documents, catch a thief, complete a house model, open a safe, win the office race, remove old spider webs, debug the PC, which I'm guessing is going to be a pun. We can probably start with, in fact, hang on, there's a radio right here. Am I supposed to do something with the radio? Doesn't say that. I have to beat a high score in a flipping video game by the looks of it. So, okay. Which sort of like, you know, hook onto here. And, yep, the PC is unhappy. This is an impression of what Willow does when we leave her alone, by the way. Just like, yep, I'm just going to walk over your computer and push all of the buttons, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I mean, to be fair, Willow has fewer legs.
Mm-hmm. The big glowing machine has been behaving strangely recently. Of course, Eldon asked me to take care of the problem, because I am the most competent spider with human machines. He reported strange sounds coming from the big box. Check if everything's fine. Report your findings. Alright, we need to debug the PC. Let's just grab onto that, swing in, boop, and just try and figure out how to get inside the... Ooh, it's a very modern PC. So, okay, I see screws. Am I supposed to be, like, pulling the screws off in order to... that doesn't work immediately. Haven't pulled you off. Well, hang on, there is also a drawer down here. That looks like that's sort of drawerish.
Pull the ball, yeah.
Yeah, just create a little bit of a tensile strength between you. No. Okay. To figure out how to get into computer. Technically the... Oh! Well, that popped off when I just walked into it there. Why did that one just pop off? Maybe it's only the ones on this side. Yeah. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Just a little bit of pressure. A little bit of spider pressure on this guy. But that one just... I don't even know what I was doing to that one. Oh, hang on. There's a note on the back of the PC. This is possibly part of a password. Summing, 50... Claire, make a note of that.
Yep.
Summing, 59. We need to get inside. We need to get inside the computer. At this point. Oh, I see what's... Yes, it looks like it is overheating. We need to, like, pour some water inside that.
I feel like that's not...
Well, spiders solve things in unusual ways that you wouldn't normally expect. That's the thing. Spiders definitely solve things in slightly unusual ways. And there's also... Hello. Oh, that's a button. That must be...
The power button?
We might need to press that at the end when it comes to, like, you know, actually figuring out the ultimate solution. Once we fix the computer, we may need to do that one. I just need to figure out how to unplug it. Or, like, rather just open up the side panel. Because, hang on, does it actually have... Because some things are plugged in. This isn't plugged in. It runs by magic, which is excellently good news. So, okay. Just see if we can do anything with any of these here screws. But it looks like they're all refusing to come off. Why did that first one fall off? That first one definitely was attached, and then it just sort of wasn't. Okay. It just... You didn't walk on it. It just popped off when you jumped on it.
Okay, so maybe you have to jump on it.
That's possibly true. Oh. And then... Aha! I think it's sticking to me when I'm doing spider things. It's okay, add. Go. Yep. Round. Okay.
Yeah, that's a little tricky to figure out if you don't have an excellent chat letting me know.
All right, so we've broken the panel on the side of the PC.
Oh dear.
That's now broken. We can help ourselves to all of the buttons, which is very important. So we've also...
There's something in that.
We've also just sort of snapped this. Hello, buddy. That is the... Well, whatever it is, I've removed it. So...
But there was also a critter in it.
Yep. So I think that's been... Oh, hang on. And then release you. You're right. There's something going on. There's something... I think we're pulling these pieces out one by one in order to do that. So, okay, you. Come out. Come out. There we go. You're right. There's something in here.
Like a little...
A little bug.
Yeah. Because you're debugging the PC, obviously.
Okay. I've just broken that. Yes. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? He was just going... Was he going underneath that?
No, he was on the other side.
Let's see. Well, that's the password there. I thought I saw him go underneath. I mean, nothing's actually currently fizzling inside the computer. Hopefully we don't need to put this together again afterwards.
I mean surely you're gonna, because if you're fixing it...
Well, technically we're not. We've been... You see, the thing about spiders and my spider cleaning service is you're given strict instructions that you have to follow. Now, my instructions are debug the PC.
Yeah.
If I have
Hi,
debugged
Xena.
it... Hi, Xena Bear. Xena's just started to yell outside.
Yeah.
Technically,
you've done the thing.
I think I've technically done the thing I was supposed to do.
Is it maybe behind the PC?
I mean, you might have gone. Hang on. There we go. Up top. Hello. I debugged the. Well, the screen's not on anymore.
Yeah.
Finally gone. I'm sure it can find many other places to hide. You did a decent job under my careful supervision. Now everything should be fine. And oh no, now the glowing box isn't glowing at all. Ulf will fire me. Okay, don't panic, Dwight. I mean, Silky, we can do it. We have everything under control. Go back to the big box, put it back together again. Okay, so unfortunately on this occasion, there's this... Screw you, coffee. All we need to do is reconstruct the PC precisely how it was.
Now first, go and find a radiator and put all your little legs on a radiator so that you don't fry the component.
That's... I don't think we need to worry about that. I think it's fine. So, okay. These were the sticks of RAM, weren't they?
Yeah, these were the RAM. They just need to go back in the RAM spot.
So that's... No, don't do that. Okay. So if we just put you... Yeah, if I just, like, bring you to here... Right, just keep going in that direction. Yeah, that's fine. And now we just need to, yeah, if you're going to there, then you, sir, go from here up to here. And then we just disconnect that from, oh, blimey. Okay, just slightly. This is just doing its own thing, physics-wise. I just need to disconnect the things we've already got, which is fine. That goes over to here.
Yeah, you need to bring like the graphics card or
this
whatever.
Is the I think that's the GPU.
Yeah.
Right there. So that's
it's
fine.
It's fine. I'm sure the motherboard or whatever isn't fragile and isn't getting like damaged. By
I don't know if there is a motherboard on this thing actually.
What's the round thing then?
Is that the fan? I think that might be the fan. So if we just sort of like, you know, put that there and then like a few more back and forths just to reinforce it, that's fine. It'll make its way up there. Hi, sweetheart. And there we go. As long as it gets close enough, it sneaks in. I'm not sure. Hopefully the game's not fussy about, like, you know,
Xena.
which... No. Xena. Hi, Xena.
Xena, don't go behind the computer, baby.
She's just decided to go behind the computer.
Yeah.
She knows it's the best way of getting attention. Let's just sit up to here. Okay, you also need to... I just need to raise you up a little bit.
Baby.
You just need to be raised up over in this direction just to get it above the thing. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Now you get... Well, actually, technically, if we put you to here... Hi, Willow. You go to here. Snap that. Okay. We've plugged... Like, I wonder if the slots actually matter. I think... Someone's using the word heatsink, and that sounds like the sort of thing that a computer would have.
Sure.
That definitely sounds like the sort of thing a computer would have. Do you remember which side was facing outwards? We could see this from the outside, right?
Yeah.
So that would suggest this side was the inside side.
Well, this is the slot. Look, this is the shape of the slot. So
you, and you just put a whole bunch of stress on that side. And then we'll just do the same with a multi-tag onto... Hang on. it's like here, here, and here. Now we just need to go up a little bit. So in order to do that, we'll just pull you up. And then we'll detach. Detach you. It's a little bit upside down, I'll admit. But if I just sort of pull it that way. There we go. Just give it the gentlest tug. And now it's sort of going in the right direction.
Yeah, it just needs the
gentlest tug over here. Bit.
No, I think you need to do it from the back, because if you do it from the front, that'll do the same again. Because of physics.
Okay. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. If I just put more power over to here, eventually the physics will... Yes, yes, yes. It's almost there. Yes! No, admittedly, this is shattering on the floor. But technically, no one actually...
Yeah, but technically you don't need that to make the PC
exactly,
run.
the PC's working. So that seems to be perfectly acceptable to me.
Do you have to jump on the button? Oh, there you go. It looks happy.
It looks like it's happy to me. Can you actually like make a mouse cursor move or anything? It would be kind of cute if there was actually a mouse cursor you could move on screen, but that might have been hoping for too much. I did it, and everything works as intended. See, this is why you get an expert on the job. You made a bit of a mess, but that was a good learning experience. I'm sure you will be as good as me in some years. There we go. The computer has been successfully debugged. Now, I did see there was I mean, this looks like an old photocopier to me. Over here. Which presumably we can, like, do something with. Or possibly it's something more complicated. Okay.
Yeah, that looks like a printer.
Really? It's pretty big for a printer.
Like maybe a printer that takes toner?
I'm so glad you're here, Silky. I have a new task for you. The drawing machine is broken again. We have to prepare some documents for the kind human. Ever since I've been here, I've seen it more broken than working.
That's a printer.
Yeah, the monitor should show you what the problem is. Cogs. The problem is insufficient cogs. Or possibly too many cogs. Just gonna push
too many cogs spoil the printer.
Something like that. Hang on. That's where the paper goes, clearly, and we can open that up. So we need to find where the aha. We need to find the cog bit. Go.
Yeah, the cog drawer.
Exactly. That will open that up. And now, oh,
It's a puzzle.
We need to locate cogs. And then put them...
Or do you need to, like, place them?
Yeah, we need to find them first. Oh, hang on, no, there's cogs right there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought those were part of a separate mechanism, but you're right, those are part of the same thing. So, okay. You're right, we need to place cogs in the correct order, but the size of the... What's the thing at the center of a cog?
An axle?
Yeah, that sounds like a good thing. The axle will give us a pretty clear indication, because it's got to be...
Yeah, I think the two small ones...
you just have to go here. There's nowhere else you could possibly go. So we just bring you up to there, buddy, and then... Here, there we go. So that one has to go there, because that's the biggest one. And then it's one of the two small ones. It's got to be you, because I think you look a little bit smaller to me. I think that one's a bit too... Are they the same? This one looks a bit more, like, chunky to me.
They do look the same, I think.
Do you think they're identical?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like one of them looked a little bit chunkier to me. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm imagining that. You just get round to here. And we'll just plug you into, like, the top up here. And that should bring you into more or less the right position. Yeah, there we go. Maybe you're right. Maybe they are the same. I don't know. I think if you just kind of do, like, yeah, one a high connector for each of these, they sort of, oh, back down. There we go. And then you to here, to here. And it tends to sort of figure itself out. You, come, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. Alright, and you don't need to get rid of your spider webs, that's fine. So, obviously inside printers, there's little cogs that turn. That's perfectly legit. That's just how printers work. Excuse me.
That makes me like printers more.
If there's... You know what? That's true. I do like the idea of little cogs inside things. I mean, I like, you know, I like to think of, like... I don't like to think of how combustion engines work. I famously basically think they're functionally steam power. And I prefer to just think of it that way. Amazing job. Everything's in the right place. You did it all alone. Now, see the green button near the monitor. Press it and the machine will start producing tons of new drawings.
Yeah. Jacob saying one of the challenges should be installing a web browser.
Well, I've successfully printed a business. Look at that. That's some business right there. And also some engineering mixed in. There's like some business and some engineering. I think I've successfully printed the important document. Now, there was mention of a safe, and we do have the beginnings of a password. Presumably there's more post-it notes hidden around with more fragments of the same password. And also... Can I use this to, like, fly? Hey! That's pretty cool. Right. So that, I can use the fan to just fling myself to the other side of the room. If that's what I want to do. That's kind of cool. So, okay. Let's get up to the high shelf. Because I am pretty sure... That is some very thick paper. You're very right. Now, this is the one that I fear, by the way. Because there is definitely solve the sliding puzzle. And then there's a sliding puzzle.
Okay.
I'm very bad at sliding puzzles. And even though there's literally numbers indicating where they should go, I'm very bad at these in terms of, like, you doing the thing. Say, oh god, oh no, this is going to be complicated. Because
do you push it with, like, your butt, or...? I
don't think I can push it. I think I have to push it by using webs. So, like, the game's like, okay, well, here's 2... Get 2 up to here. It's like, okay, I will try.
Okay, can you, like, go and look at it in the correct direction and stop moving for 5 seconds?
No, I'm not good at that.
I know.
But they've all got numbers in the bottom
John,
right.
Just bring this guy here and then down, down, sideways, and then the 2 can go up.
You say that like it's like my brain's going to understand that.
Okay, bring this one forward. There you go. Then down.
Yeah.
And down.
Yeah.
And sideways.
Yeah, but now we've moved a whole bunch of other stuff in the wrong position as well.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but the thing is, I was like, yeah.
And now you do it again.
But is that actually optimal? Like, is that actually is doing it in the order of like 1, 2? Oh no, no, I just put 3 in completely the wrong position. Right there.
The only way you can do something like that is in order.
What? We're not in the order of top left to bottom right. That's arbitrary, surely. Wait, hang on.
No, but in unorder, you have to pick unorder.
You see, but now my brain's going, okay, so now you've got to do it like this way round. But that strikes me as horrendously inefficient. And also, I think I can do 2 at one time. And then pull you to there, and you to here, and then you come in this direction.
Yeah, that's just how these puzzles work. They're quite difficult to do if you're a spider and you're doing them with your butt.
But this feels like this can't be right. I must be doing this highly inefficiently.
Nah.
Also, you're right. It does very clearly saying do not drop. Yeah. Come up. Well, now I want to drop it. Maybe dropping it will just solve it by itself. Mm-hmm. Maybe if I'm going to trust chaos theory here. Chaos theory is going to be allowed to have its say. So come on, off you go. Off you go. Just go. Keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on going. Yep. Just off you go. Come on. It clearly says do not drop. So dropping is what we shall do. And disconnect. And then now we just need to. Okay, this is fine. Kick. Yep. This is.
Ooh, what's that thing in the ceiling?
Huh? I'm thinking that. I don't know because I'm now swinging. And go. Attached to wall. What do you mean thing in the ceiling? Oh, you're right. There's some soap. That must be the old spider webs I'm supposed to be clearing away. It did say clear away old webs. Yes, it's soap. Somebody stole some soap. So if something needs clearing... Now, just out of interest... Just nip down to here and then do some Spider-Man swinging. Okay, you. Just basically here. Here. Turn it over, 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 turn it... No, don't. Just flip over. Flip over. But now, this side... Yes. It appears to have not solved itself.
I'm shocked.
Which is very
rude, yeah.
Very rude of it. It clearly said do not drop, and then I dropped it and that didn't do anything. Which is deeply, deeply unfortunate, in a way. Could have sworn I saw a spider. Aha! Another old spider's web here. Old spider's web needs to be removed to be replaced by new spider's web. This is actually the story of the game. I'm here as part of a spider cleaning service. A human has hired us to come and clean and given us a list of tasks, which we have to perform literally into the letter, even if technically that means we kind of ruin his entire house. Also, is there like an evil robot spider here? Oh no, you're just wearing a hat. Sorry, I thought you were like, I thought that was like a, you know how robots sometimes have like, rather than eyes, they've got like a single band of red. I thought that was like a robot with like red light band as like his evil robot eyes. I see they sent a new investigator from headquarters. Unfortunately, we don't have time for introductions. We have a new case to investigate. All the pens in the office are missing. This could put our human friend in serious trouble. We must act quickly. Luckily, I've already collected all the evidence. We just have to connect the dots on the board in the correct order to find the...
Ah, that spider's been playing blueprints.
It's true. When you have figured it out, bring him in the room. Find him in the room and bring him to me. We have to play Spider Detective. 10 out of 10 game of the year. Right, just get him to here. Get. Yeah. Or not. Just climb up the legs. Climb up the legs. The legs are fine. Right, we have to play an incredibly stupid Spider Detective game. And then we just also can set this going, which is nice. Look at the physics. Love a good physics game. Also got a little spider.
There's clearly a pen right there. I don't know about all the pen missing in the office. Also, there's a post-it note with some numbers. 3 at the start, 4 at the very end. Good shout. Thankfully, you're here to like see things. Yeah. So
okay, hang on. We need to. There's a huge amount.
We need to go in order.
We need to connect things in order. Was the implication?
Yeah. So we've got number 1 over here.
Yep, so this is fine. All we need to do is use this one. So 1 connects to number 2, which connects to number 3, over to 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that 8? No. 8 is over here. There was some chicanery off to one side. 9, 10. Luckily, yes, the chain web makes this very manageable. The chain web is this is possibly like the chain web tutorial. 2 to 15. Questioning of local folk. Then they ran into a witness, Billy. Question mark. 18. 19, hang on. Check database spider.web off. Obviously. 20, that is 21.
Suspect sketch, it's a blob, love it.
3, 4, hang on.
25.
20.
Mr. Stapler refused to talk! That's delightful.
And then weird sounds around number 27.
Is that the end? Are we going back to number 1?
I mean, there is like a black pin in the middle here.
Yeah, but I don't think you need to connect. Now.
Hello. Vera taught me that using the connecting McGibble is fine. He's just reminding you of that. I mean, does that mean we need to go to where 27 is?
No, I think you need to get back a little bit so you can see what it's making.
Ah, that's a good thought. That's a good thought. Okay.
Da-da-da! It's the duck!
Holy
the duck
shit,
did
it's...
it!
Holy shit, you're right, it's a duck.
This game is delightful!
I think I saw a duck over here on the windowsill.
Yeah, there was a ducky.
There was definitely a duck. There was a duck over there. So, okay, we now know the culprit wasn't... There he is! I see the quacker. There we go. Yeah. Around to here. And just, you definitely are faster doing...
Oh, and there's something at the top of the Fahrenheit. Ow!
Doesn't hurt, luckily.
Yes, but I, you know, finding it amusing to...
Okay. So, very well, Mr. Duck. You are coming with me as our prime suspect. So now I've just got to get this duck. Probably the easiest way is just to...
You cracked the case!
I did indeed quack the case. And let's just
duck
say
with a
that,
hat.
that might in fact be a pun that gets used again very soon on the channel,
Yeah.
thanks to a video I've already recorded. Just you wait and see.
Whoa.
There might well be some more quacking the case puns to come soon. Come on, little duck. Come on, little duck. Or I might need to build a more complicated system to get him up a little bit. Yeah, okay. We might need to build it. That's fine. That's fine. We'll just build a little spider ramp up to the top here. And then I can walk up that while dragging him. Then I just need to use this to create a secondary tier. And then we change on to this branch, which is fine. And come on, little branch. There we go. And then we can just go
back up.
And then we can go, up a little bit more in this direction. Then I just need to, well, then I can theoretically just go over to the plant, actually. So probably the easiest thing at that point is to go over to the plant. Excessively large amounts of plants here. Right. Take me to where I am. Thank you. If I could just literally join up to the plant. In fact, if I just get rid of you at that point, I think we'll probably be okay. I think I can do that. So, okay, hang on. Drop back down. Grab the suspect. Dun, dun, dun. Then, now we can carry him up, which is fine. Take him up this branch. Change over to this branch. He's getting a bit stuck on the plant, unfortunately. But I think he's now going to stay here. Which is no. Okay, we'll get him up using a different elevator.
Can you not climb the plant?
I can. I can also just use a connector to pull him up a little bit. And that's fine. And then we just need him to have way more connections to the highest branch we can manage. There we go. That's got him pretty high up. Climb to the top. Now I just need to get him, like, if I can get him over the level. Maybe, is that close enough? Just have to connect the dots on the board in order to find the culprit. I
think you might need to connect the final 27 to 1 in order for that to count as connected. Somebody was saying.
But the eye isn't connected to any of the rest of it.
No, not to the eye. The 27 back to number 1.
Yeah. Possible. Also, there's no ducks there, but they don't have a hat. See, that one doesn't have a hat though, so that's not the right one. So we've definitely got the right one.
That's good. We've avoided a case of mistaken identity.
We have not. We haven't done bad policing in that regard. So okay, 27 back to 1, possible anyway. Hang on. Back to 1. Well, it's not coloured, suggesting that wasn't actually necessary. Right. I think that wasn't necessary. The problem we've got here now is the duck's kind of stuck here. So it's like pull the duck around the. Okay, I need to get the duck around the corner. So that was not what I wanted to do. That will be fine. Get the duck around the corner. So I'm just gonna pull him around. Put them around the plant, so we can just disconnect all of you, get into here, and I think from there I can. Now if I just put like some of you way up to the top here, I might be able to pull him over the top. Especially if I just, as he kind of gets closer and closer to the top here, then we can just put more up onto the globe there. The globe is literally turning, because obviously that's what it's going to do. Come on. Come on, buddy. Yeah. Well, now possibly I've welded it to the bottom a little bit too hard. So now that's there.
Oh, he still has... Do you still have something underneath him?
Yes, exactly.
Holding it? Yeah.
That's what I need to get rid of. I need to get rid of these ones. Hang on. Hang on, buddy. There we go. Now he's going up in that direction. Now we can just break all of them. He's a bit big and chonky, but he's definitely the right duck. 'Cause he's a duck in a hat.
Yeah.
We've got the right suspect. Okay. Obvious, as always. Professor Quack is behind the trouble. We have successfully caught the thief and unlocked new items in the store. Please tell me there's like a deer stalker or something that we get as a result of this. I'd like to think that we ought to get a new deer stalker as a result of this. So we've got... that's a bit of a detective hat. I like the graduation. Kind of into the graduation hat. That's true. Any more of these? There's some nice punk hair. You could have a Rubik's Cube as a hat. Viking helmet. Escape key. Just flames. If you want flames. You could have some... Oh, pixel glasses.
Nice.
Nice. Wait. Also flaming shoes. Excellent.
Oh, we can't.
Sandals with socks.
Oof. We can't change
or just
from the
can
bread,
I have
though.
human feet?
Oh, that's
horrifying.
That's too weird.
And then flame eyes. I suppose we want the flame eyes, to be honest. And then web color could also be. Sadly, I cut leopard print web. Yes, absolutely. So okay, now we've got all of that body fluffiness, etc. Leg color, joint color, flaming eyes.
Oh yes,
absolutely.
But you can't have the. Oh wow.
I'm having my academic hat, which I can also change the colour if I want to.
But that hides
it does. It's true.
Oh no!
Yep, that's some nightmare fuel right there.
Elden Ring called it. What's it? Spiderback.
That is truly horrifying right there. We never stopped to think whether we should. Oh dear. Right, well that is genuinely horrifying.
That's so bad.
This is genuinely horrifying.
This
is the worst. This is pretty awful right there. That's delightful. There we go. We've got ourselves
oh no, why?
Biblically accurate spider. liking the world as portrayed on this globe. It's got some nice stuff. It's got some nice stuff going on there. California's a very nice big. Jamaica's seriously grown. Spain's just a bit of a blob. They go Ireland. Poor Ireland's way smaller than Iceland. Wait, Ireland is small. Or is that just a projection thing? Like, if you'd asked me, I'd say, oh yeah, Ireland's way bigger than Iceland. But is that just a matter of projection on a typical map and not actually the case? Ooh. Thank you for just to acknowledge this immediately when it's relevant. Thank you very much to Sabruka, who just gave us 50 Canadian dollars, simply saying why. And I assume, obviously referring to the human feet the human feet spider I've just created. Well, you can shut the laptop if you want to. That's nice. Just want to shut the laptop. Hello there, little spider in a hat. What do you have to say? Morning, Silky. How about some old school training? Got me a brand new plaything to show ya. See that catapult there? Use it as many targets as you can in 60 seconds. Pull it back to aim. It'll shoot once you let go of it. Don't you fret about ammo. It'll load itself quicker than a jackrabbit on a hot day. Talk to me again. I'll start the clock for you. So is this...
You do love a catapult, don't you?
Is this Ryder's high score? I'm guessing that was Ryder. So okay. I'm assuming if I do this. Boop.
Yeah.
And yeah, if I pull it less, it will go less far. So yeah, it's a matter of I can change the angle by pulling it, and then I change how far it shoots. And there's the safe. We just need to find the third blue post-it. They've all been blue so far.
Yes,
so presumably the other one will be blue. So, okay.
I mean, it's right there behind you.
Well, okay. 8-0 as, the second and third. That should be. Okay. Well, I see the safe. I'm going to do the safe right here before we forget about it. Right, Claire. Give me a safe passcode.
3.
So, okay, hang on. The answer is 3.
8.
Then 8-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5.
5.
9-4.
9. 4. Now I've got to pull this, presumably. Yeah. Open the safe and...
Oh!
So this is where he stashed the bodies. Professor Quack. All of the bodies were stashed in here, I see. Something like hidden around the back. Oh, there's cheese! This is where he hid the moolah. At the end of his heist, the cheese was here. It turns out this is where the cheese... And a banana!
That's less exciting. I was genuinely quite excited.
In terms of, yellow foods, you have extreme views on yellow foods. On the topic of, like, bananas, you have extreme anti-banana views. But on the topic of cheese, you have extremely pro-cheese views.
Yeah, also chips.
That's true. That's true.
Pasta.
Yeah.
There's a lot of yellow foods, and most of them are delicious, except for bananas that suck.
There we go. Get more buttons, just in case we need that down the line. Okay. Love my human feet spider. I hope there's more ways to make him even more horrendously human. Some sort of a horrible, horrible spider. Alright. So, start the thing. Start the clock. Now, what are we actually aiming for? Aha.
Well.
So, okay. I see that. So, let's try you. And then a little bit more. That seems about right. And... just shy. Yeah. Full power. There we go. Okay. Okay. That seems reasonable. That one seems fine. And oh, just a little bit less. A little bit more. Yep, good enough. Okay, and pull. And that is lined up enough for one of them at least. And that one doesn't seem too far away, right? A little bit further away than that. Okay. Yep, and then it's a little bit more. Okay, we're gonna lose this first round. We can line it up ready for these ones down the line. And last attempt. That would have hit. That would have hit. I think we can do that. Your score's 3. Okay. Come on, Ryder. We can do this again. And, okay, that's... Oh! Are they semi-randomized? They might be semi-randomized. Okay. Get them over to here. Get them over to here. That one's lined up for that. That looks pretty far away, I think. And that's... Oh. Okay, I'm going to say that's going to hit. It didn't. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it, Ryder. You screwed me. Right, was that over or under? That one's fine. Okay, now I've got, like, 2 in a row here. I think that's about right for that. Yeah, I think I might be able to hit that one straight away, too. Yes! Okay, look at that. That's pretty good. Okay, and go. That should be fine. Yes. Okay, there's no... That one's pretty close by, I think. I think that one's not too far. Yes.
Nice.
Okay. Now just one more to beat the high score, and go. It might be a bit more than that. 6! We have beaten the high score. That's what we need to do, but just for style points. Oh, we didn't quite get that one. We still beat his high score. There we go. Your score is 6. Slap some bacon on a biscuit. I can't believe it. You went and... You know what? I think I know what this... this guy's clearly American, isn't he? Well, slap some bacon on a biscuit. I can't believe it. You went and beat my record. That's one heck of a result, kid. You're bound to be the new star of the trail. There we go. We successfully beat Ryder. And we possibly unlocked American things in the store, like a gun. We can now give my...
John, for fuck's sake.
I choose to believe we've just unlocked a series of guns.
Is that a fidget spinner?
There is indeed a fidget spinner that may well have proper physics on it. Maybe the guns and accessories. A monocle! That's
well,
like...
he's buying that immediately.
That's like the opposite of American.
Yeah.
Then we've got LED sneakers.
Oh, those are so cute and the feet is so terrible. Please change them.
And dizzy eyes. And is that RGB webbing? Well, I think, yes, we have to have RGB webbing, absolutely. So, okay, hang on. Can have, but we haven't unlocked those colours for the whole body or anything. Can't believe we're turning off my human feet. I love the human feet so much. Deeply love the human feet. But I guess maybe they have to go. I think it looks like more like a handcuff. Like a handcuff converted into a monocle. Now that's some good stuff for like a kinky club of some description. Converting a handcuffs into a monocle.
But I suppose it's a spider-sized handcuff.
Yeah. Now hang on, where's my web color settings? Which is that? Fluffiness. You can, by the way, turn spider off, and he just is a ball.
That's so cute.
If you just want to turn spiders off, he can just be a ball, and then he doesn't have that, which is adorable.
That's
you can adjust fluffiness levels.
Oh, and you can fluffiness different parts of the body.
Exactly. You can have an abdomen on or off. I prefer abdomen on, obviously. Change joint fluffiness if you want his joints to be extremely like a little sheep. Wait, where do I set web color? Because I've unlocked web color.
Is it accessories?
I don't think so. Accessory color, hat color, eye colors, eyes, joint color, abdomen color, body color. Where's the? Because I've been unlocking the webs. Hang on, is it not in here? Is it? Oh, web wheel. Okay.
Oh, you can just set them like they're a weapon.
Yes, but I think I need to set it as. Hang on, do I have to? Where do you want to go? You can be there. That's fine. And leopard print down bottom. All right, that's fine. So now.
That's cute.
Now I've just got little things there. If I want to do that, and then yeah, obviously then it just it doesn't change them. So leopard print things, so ridiculous. Love it. So all right, I've also got the ability to just send myself up to the top shelf if I want to go to the top shelf. That is where the rate. I quite like leopard print actually. I think leopard print is leopard print with my handcuff monocle for high levels of kinkiness. So okay, we've got you here. We didn't arrest the wrong duck. There was no miscarriage of justice in this household. Absolutely not. So okay, hang on. We've got to complete the house model. There is the race to complete. But you don't have to complete, like, everything. I think it's, like, 75% of things, and you get to move on to the next area if you want to. So, okay. House model.
The chat would like us to go over to the rainbow web because it's 2 days to Pride Month.
Perfectly reasonable. Very acceptable right there.
Whee!
So, okay, we need to build a house, and there are instructions for the proper building of the house.
Yes.
So, okay, do you have any specific advice for me? Ready for some work? I've got a new task for you. See that project there? The kind human needs to have it done by tomorrow. Let's help her complete it. Oh, I think that's the first time the human's ever been actually identified with him or her. So, okay, we've been hired by a woman, apparently. That's the first. I did not know that. This is, up to this point, it would just been the human, I think. So, okay, we're learning it. It's like...
I'm not sure if spiders care about human
I'm not sure
gender.
humans care about that, no. When it's finished, come back
humans, unfortunately, do care a lot about that, but spiders, I don't know.
So, okay, hang on. Let's start with the interior, which is... All we need to do is have... Oh, it's very... very specific. So on the if you're looking at the door, on the right there needs to be 2 windows and only 1 window on the left. If you're looking at the door from the outside.
Bad design.
So we've got to make sure we've got to get that right here. It's all got to be correct.
Yeah.
So also, what's this piece?
That's the base, I'm assuming.
Oh, that's where it's supposed to be. Okay. So right, hang on. This means let's start with the door and work from there. So there's...
Why are there 2?
Why are there 2 doors? Does the house have...
No.
No, maybe there's just spares to confuse you. So you just need to be over to here. Then again, actually, I think we managed to start with a corner piece. So, okay. If we look on the right of the door, like there, there needs to be a corner piece with 2 windows. So
two windows that are both too wide.
Are all the windows identical? I think
No.
they might... Oh, shit, you're right. But this one's acceptable.
This one's the correct one, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, no, don't fall over. Don't fall over. Don't fall over. Don't fall over. It might be tricky to get you back up again. So just drag it at the bottom to decrease the chance of that happening. So we're going to say that's acceptable. And then we're going to pull the door in.
Is that really where that should
Yeah,
go?
it looks like it's too small. You're right.
Yeah.
That does look like that's too small.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Maybe you need to clip. Maybe you need to put other bits to be the floor, because there's all those black bits that are.
You're right. Those might be the floor pieces
God.
first.
Oh, that snaps.
Yeah. So they at least the floor snaps in place, and then then it's expanded.
Okay,
it's
so
actually,
it tells
it's
you
actually
the steps. Okay,
it's
fine.
a 3. It's a 3 by. It's going to be 3 by 2 for the floor pieces,
Yeah.
presumably. Come. Out of the way. We'll fix you up later. That's fine. Okay. Now pull you around the outside of the thing. In. Well, okay, so that makes more sense. That makes more sense. It was the floor. It was the floor first. So come on, come, and then there we go. Kind of should have dragged that over to the other side, but whatever.
Oh, there's more.
And there's maybe it's a 4 by 2. Oh, there was going to be 3 by 2, but actually no.
Is the kind human an architect? Is that what's going on?
That kind of vaguely makes sense based on the sort of things we were seeing. So hang on, this I think should be.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can sort of see the ghostly, outline that it's correct. There we go.
So this one now is the 1 and the
3
3,
and
which
1.
is you. Let's bring you over to here at speed, obviously. So we've got a little kind of little Lego instructions, but you need to be the other way around. So pull it round, pull it round, pull it round, using my spider. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to give it a gentle push. I'm just going to connect, because this corner's now correct, isn't it? That corner's in the correct spot. So I'm just going to tie those two things together. And now it's stuck in that position. Now if I just kind of pull this to kind of here, that is now roughly in the correct position. So we just tie that to there. And now we just yank this over.
Nice.
There we go. Spider engineering. Right there.
Yes, indeed.
We're doing some cocky...
Oh, that one that's kind of standing up already.
Yeah.
That'll be correct, I think.
Yeah, we've got.
I think
we've got spares. I think we've got red herrings, is what we've got.
Yeah.
So we need another both windows where they're both 2s, which I think is you. You're correct. Yeah, you're fine. If I just very gently move you in now, I might be able to pull you straight in without any trouble. So if I just very carefully pull you around the corner, nice. And then we need a 1 and a 3, which is you right here. So there we go. So yeah, a human basically the story of this game is a human hires spiders to come and do shit. But you haven't seen the video, have you? And I did. One of the first tasks is clean the floor in the kitchen, which because that's complicated for a spider, you just block up the kitchen sink and then flood the kitchen.
Nice.
Because that technically has cleaned the floor. So there's a lot of technically we've done the thing you wanted us to do. There's a lot of technically, now the roof's going to be where this gets a little bit complicated. Because that's going to be an issue. So we need to get you over to get you out of the way. You get out of the way. We don't need you round here. Loop to you, and then the door needs to be around the other side. There
but
might
there's
be
probably another.
There might be a more convenient door on the other side. And then if I'm up on the wall, definitely should have not done that thing that I just did, but that's fine.
Now you can.
Yeah. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. And then from up here, grab. Nice.
Yeah, I think there's a door right there.
Yeah, there's a spare door over here. I think there's a couple of spare pieces. Possibly in case you accidentally toss something onto the floor and it's a real faff to get it back up again. So this is not ideal, but if I am up here and then I pull this from the inside and then I just yank it from below. That's not entirely working, but hang on. Hang on. Camera, behave. You go up to here. No. You go up to here. There we go. That should pull that to there. And then you connect to here. And then if I just give it a yank at the bottom. Nice! Now, the roof is going to be... Do we actually have to plug in the triangle bits at the sides? Or are there no triangle bits? Because it looks like
I think the roof is a whole piece that has a triangle bit at the side on it, look.
You're right, because I'm looking at a window and not actually a roof. Yeah, you're completely right. So, okay. Are there 2 roof pieces? Is that the whole thing? It's just there's a spare.
Yeah, I think so.
I think there might be a spare. So, okay, let's just get some of this out the way by just yanking this out the way now. That's what... Not 100% sure that would pull the chair. Sometimes physics is doing its own thing. We'll just send you over to there just to get you out the way. That's a-okay.
Ooh, little stairs as well.
Yeah, so okay. Maybe the stairs should be put by the front door when we're done. So okay, the roof is a bit on the heavier side. It looks like this is big enough to be the whole thing by itself, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I think what we need to do probably as a starting point is just lift it up. Like if I just literally just raise this up a little bit. And then, but not with too much strength. And then you up to here. And then, okay. This is okay as a starting point. I will take this. So now that's there. Just let it stop rocking for a second. And then we attach the corners to the appropriate corner. And we just do that, and then we release the top once there's enough pressure happening up there. So we just wait for it to go to there. Goes to here. And then I think we might be more or less okay. But let's just for safety do a complete set. Just attach it corner to corner. But I think this is the engineering wise a sensible way to be doing this. I think this is good.
John Osha wants your number.
This is a really...
No, I mean, it's working,
I think this is a sensible solution. Okay, I'm going to cut this wire, which I'm going to regret. Yeah.
No.
Nice! And I've decided... This has been put over here anyway. So just bring it around, bring it.
They're quite big for the fronts there.
They are, you know, actually, but... Gently push. Too much. Almost. Yeah! That's not bad. Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with that. We have successfully built a house. So, okay, there is an office race. We need to find a more old spider.
Oh, Iskierka in chat says the water damage was entirely on John. You can, in fact, clean the floor properly.
Lol, how do you even do that?
Yeah, please let us know.
Well, I found a dumb way of doing it that's technically within the letter of the law. Now, this might be the last of the old spider webs. If it is...
I don't think it is. I think there was some more on the ceiling that you haven't seen.
I just heard a positive bleepy noise, but might not have been a complete bleepy noise. Okay. There's luckily Claire's here to see things that I don't see. Also, these are some really big skylights. That's some big-ass skylights, blimey. I wish I had skylights that big. Skylights are lovely. Those are big-ass skylights. Okay, let's go up in the world. Let's go up in the world. Whee! Well, there's something going on up there. Including a cookie! Okay, that's definitely one in the corner over here. Release the cookie from the very old spider's web. We have not officially finished doing all of them just yet. There could theoretically be like some hidden in drawers or something. Like there might be some hidden around. Also, what is this?
What?
These.
Probably 3D printer filament. That's what it looks like to me.
What's 3D printer filament? How do you know what that is? We don't have a 3D printer.
Yeah, I watch a lot of Maker YouTube.
Oh, fair enough.
And if you look behind you,
Yeah.
That looks like a 3D printer.
What does? Oh, that's up
That
there.
box,
That's
yeah.
true. In fact, I'm surprised. Is there not a... I'm surprised. Oh, you know what? There is. There is print 3 objects using the 3D printer. Okay. Well, as we have now identified what a 3D printer is, which just I do enjoy how that looks like a thing out of sci-fi. Like in many ways, the sci-fi future is disappointing. There's not enough flying cars in it, but 3D printers feel like a sci-fi future sort of a thing.
All right, you need to stop talking about how great they are because I really, really want one.
Okay, so it's saying none of the controls are working. Does it want one of these plugged in, like in order to make something? Because I think that's what it's saying.
Yeah.
But in which case, where do we plug?
Well, where's the spider giving you the instruction for that?
Well, technically, it's on my task list.
Yeah, but you have every task has like a little spider giving you the instructions in a fun way.
On this occasion, I don't see one. I do not see it.
Maybe the filament cartridge goes in there.
Zoom down. Yep, that looks about right.
Right
that
shape.
looks perfect. That looks about right. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're not just going to pull it straight out because it would drop because it would be too heavy. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to create a safety connection for it straight away. So okay, let's get up to the top up here. Top up here. Okay. Yellow is nice and high up. So we'll start off just by connecting you to here. Yellow is now there, but like now it's dangling. So we'll set that up first. Okay, and then drop to here. Completely missed the actual thing, and I'm now inside the printer. But that's fine. Luckily, spiders' webs have functionally infinite strength, which is very bloody convenient. Okay, up to the wall. Connect you to there, and now we just double up the strength of that in order to pull that, and once we're convinced it's sufficiently locked in, we release the top one. I'm gonna give it a go. Cut the wire. Turns out it was not lined up correctly. That wasn't quite lined up right, but that's fine. All we do is we go, and when it swings back out again, we'll just pull it up. So, yeah, and yeah. Okay.
You're just gonna make the green one fall.
Theoretically, that might happen. It's hard to say what's going to happen. Physics is a strange and mysterious beast, Claire. You simply don't know whether that's actually going to be a thing that occurs.
Yeah, it's because gravity is a harsh, harsh mistress.
Look, just to get you to you to you. I'm just going to whack a huge amount of strength on this. Okay, yep. Also, there's the uh-oh. Okay, Claire, the thing you were warning about happened. Okay, but on the plus side,
I'm shocked, John.
the green one might just actually help us. In you go. Hey!
Hey!
So we have now got that locked in. Around the top. So we can now choose elephant, mug, 3D benchy.
It's a benchmark thing. You print it to see how well you've calibrated your printer.
You know too much about 3D printers. You're going to buy one at some point. I'm just going to come home and there's going to be a cocking 3D printer. I'm going to ask you how much it costs and you're going to run away after throwing sand in my eyes to distract me as a defense mechanism. Or like spray ink in my face using a defensive gland you've got. I don't know. Possibly you're an octopus.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to make you a whole bunch of... I'm going
to print a banana.
Just to annoy me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's not ripe, John.
Well, exactly. It will become ripe as time goes by. Also, it just instantly popped into existence, unlike a real 3D printer,
accurate.
where it takes 72 years to do anything. So there we go. We can print an elephant. I think we just need to print one more thing to have technically completed the task. And...
Sir Roderick Quincy Font Thunderbottom, the magnificent hiking of Australia, even says, to be fair, Claire could already own a 3D printer, and John wouldn't see it.
That's true. You could just say, "Oh yeah." In fact, there is actually a very mysterious hidden thing in your office, which you claim is where you're keeping the plants so the cats don't get at them, you could have a 3D printer back there and I'd never know.
Yeah, it's the pepper graveyard.
The pepper graveyard, because do you want to hear a hilarious story of Claire gardening?
Oh, shut up!
Let me tell. No, I'm going to tell the story. Then you could tell your version of the story. So Claire decided she wanted to grow peppers, which apparently need to be like put under like proper nice lights for the germination phase or whatnot, right?
Yeah, that's incorrect, but sure.
Fine. My version of the story is better. So she decided she was going to do that. However, she was worried about the cats getting in and causing trouble. Stop looking at 3D printers right now. I can see you looking at them.
Yeah, and I'll keep looking at them as long as you keep lying about me gardening.
So Claire decided she was going to, in order to protect the peppers from the cat, she was going to wrap this whole area with, like, protective material to, like, keep the heat in and the cats out. But then because it was wrapped up and thus she couldn't see them, she forgot about them and they all died. Now Claire can tell her version of the story, which makes her look way more sympathetic.
I germinated the peppers on a heat mat.
Yes.
With a humidity dome, as is correct, and then I put them in a little propagation thingy that I bought on sale a few years ago. It was really, really good. There's little lights and you can put them up and down. So then because I wanted to protect them from the cats, because the cats have murdered every single plant that was in my office.
Yeah. They are in fact cats.
And they were at the time kittens, which, is worse in terms of plant murder. I got some water-resistant white fabric, like basically an oilcloth, white tablecloth, and I wrapped some cardboard in it, and I built a Fort Knox around the little propagator, the little self-watering propagator, so that the kittens couldn't get at it. And so that the white reflects the light, and I'm getting more. It's just more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
And in answer to Dikill Die's question, I had both sweet peppers, which are known as capsicum in Australia, I think, and also very, very mild chilies, because we are both wussies. Yeah.
You more than me.
Well,
just
certainly.
FYI. I could deal with 2 chili peppers when they put them on the outside of the packet.
Yeah.
You prefer one.
I'm French.
Yeah.
So.
You know what? I'd never come across that stereotype before, that French people don't like spicy food. That's not a stereotype I'd have ever come up with before.
Yeah, I mean, the stereotype is based around the fact that traditional French cuisine uses more like herbs and butter than it does spices.
I know, I've seen MasterChef.
I think modern French people, because similarly to England of colonization and such, we are now having more spices.
Yes.
But my parents, for instance.
And who could possibly object to loads of Moroccan food floating around? Moroccan food's great. Love some Moroccan food.
Moroccan food is delicious.
Now, the question is, do I need to randomly cheat to win the spider race like I did in the kitchen by laying huge amounts of crosswebs to help me with the swinging? Or am I just, now have I just got good enough that I can just do this? So let's make it crazy. Let's go swing through the circles. Okay, and I immediately missed, which is a good start. It's a concerning start. So, and hook on something. Completely failed to hook onto anything. Okay.
Well, whilst you fail at the spider race.
Oh yeah, Claire.
What happened is we got really, really, really busy at work, and I had less time off than usual, and everything got very overwhelming garden-wise. And all the tomatoes that were in the greenhouse pretty much died, except they're tomatoes. So as soon as I watered them again, they're fine.
Yeah, they're okay.
Because tomatoes, will survive the apocalypse. when I opened up the thingy to check on the peppers, after a while I realized that even though it was self-watering, I hadn't actually put water in it for a while and everything was crispy.
Mm-hmm.
So that sucks. So yeah, we're not doing peppers this year because it's too late and yeah. Just growing more tomatoes, which is
Oh,
fine
hang on, it's more than one circuit. How many circuits is this on this occasion? And that's okay, so it's one and a tiny bit. I thought I was gonna still do it anyway. It's one like a tiny bit circuits. But okay, it's round and I now know the way we need to go. And honestly, I feel like in many cases I don't need to quite rig the deck in my favor. I think I can make that work. I think I can make that work.
Die Kill Die says, I feel like garlic survives more than tomatoes. Perhaps it does.
It can survive
Alas!
Claire, but it can't survive
The allium leaf miner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's really bad. We have a pest that affects garlic, onions, shallot leeks, all alliums that arrived in the UK only like maybe a decade or so ago, and there's literally nothing you can do apart from like covering and making sure the eggs aren't in your soil and whatever. And I tried it a few years in a row. I even did crop rotation, and my garlics still have them. So like, I'm not gonna be able to do garlic again because, you know, it's not worth the effort and the expense. But I'm sad because I love garlic.
Come on, Spider.
Come on.
Easy.
Whee.
Easy. And there's
now
definitely...
you have some spider web to clean up.
Actually, I've already technically completed that, so clearly it was just enough of the spider web.
Fair
And I think it's like any 5 are deemed to be acceptable. That you might find
the only thing you need to do now solve the puzzle that you hated?
No, because this game's like, actually, I've already unlocked the next level. I can just leave. So I'm saying screw the puzzle.
GTFOing,
I'm GTFOing. I'm saying like, you know what? I don't enjoy doing that puzzle, so I'm not going to, because as Claire tries to remind me, and this is bullshit, by the way. Occasionally, what happens is I enjoy. I say to Claire, you know, Claire's playing some Drop Dutch and she's absolutely kicking ass and taking names. Oh, is she ready to move over to hard difficulty? To which Claire always responds,
video games are for having fun.
And I'd say, bullshit, nonsense.
Oh, also, I would like it noted that I am now at the point in Drop Dutchy where I have unlocked as many crowns in the tree. In the update tree as you had when we played. And was it 48,000 that your high score was?
I believe my high score was 48,000, yeah.
Yeah, mine at this point where I'm in the same level in the skills tree is 62,000.
Okay, that's just dragging me in public, have you, today?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is the office largely completed. I am going to go back to the hub and go to the 3rd level. The children's bedroom.
Chitara reminding us of the fantastic, as ever, Sir Terry Pratchett joke that vampires spread the rumor that they hate garlic because what they really love is when their food seasons itself.
I don't remember that one because actually I read Carpe joking not very long ago, and I do not remember that joke in it.
Well,
anywhere.
It might have been.
Yeah, you're right. Vampires show up elsewhere.
Well, or it might have been something that he said at some point, like in.
Quite possibly. Maybe it was not in a disc world. So swing back to the hub. Because yeah, there's 3 main levels. I think if you go to the open world, yeah, there's like one extra thing, but it's not like a proper level. I think that's like there's like an outdoory area, but it's like a proper level. So
how is the garden not whatever?
Well, if it's available in like free roam, it's like a free roam thing. It doesn't have like I don't think it's got like objectives. Maybe there is like a 4th thing that I'm not aware of over there, but I've seen the garden like show up. There's got like a special name. I've seen that like show up in the free roam mode. So okay, the final challenge is the kids' room, because then you've got complicated bullshit like. Yeah, complicated bullshit like, oh bloody hell, that's quite dense. And there's a proper set of blocks and shit.
There's a roller coaster.
And it's not a roller coaster, it's a little car track.
Yeah, but it's doing a roller coaster thing.
It's doing a loop-de-loop, but it's...
Yes, but if you're a spider size, it can be a roller coaster if you try hard enough.
That's reasonable. This room is beautiful, isn't it? But there's still a lot of work to do. We need to help out at Millie's ranch, fix that annoying puzzle. Oh, no, not more puzzles. And repair all those toys the little human has destroyed. I have to admit, sometimes she really scares me. So, okay, we've got... Oh, the note. I hadn't noticed that. The note section actually is fixed the room. There's a jigsaw puzzle that I need to fix as a spider. Build a plushie. Store all 5 balloons in the teepee, which I would never have spelled like that. If you'd asked me how to spell teepee, I'd have said it was EE.
Yeah.
Okay. Stop looking at 3D printers.
No.
I can see you looking at them. And they cost like $2,000. What would you even do with them? What would you make that you can't buy for less than $2,000?
Loads of things. This one doesn't cost that much.
But it's still...
Look, you can make bears.
It can make what? We don't need $2,000 worth of homemade bears.
This one is the...
Holy shit, there's a working piano.
Nice.
Can I do anything with the buttons? Do the buttons do anything? I think they're decorative, but if you were amazing at this game, you could actually play it. You could play a tune on this piano. And also, that's true. Someone did just say the ranch. I want to see what's going on in the ranch. So, down to the ranch. Their spiders are keeping... What even are you guys? Hello? Are you what's eating Claire's garlic? Oh my goodness, they're so cute. Look at their cute...
Yeah, you know, it does help actually to think of them being that cute. They're not that cute, but...
Maybe these are like bed bugs or something horrific, actually. Oh my goodness, there's a little yellow rug is being used as a field of corn.
That's delightful.
Now, before I tear this whole thing apart... Okay, this thing is actually made out of individual blocks. You could, like, actually tear down that if you want to, which is delightful. Okay.
FYI, the one I was looking at was like £300.
It's not as bad, but it's still quite a lot.
Yeah, you'll notice that I have been very, very responsible and have not, in fact, bought a 3D printer in all the years that I've wanted one.
Oh, hang on, no, sorry, Ryder's back. Truth be told, we've got to tip our hats to the little humans for never picking up his toys. His little playhouse been sitting in that corner for ages.
What are you even doing?
What? I don't know what. That did go a bit wrong at the end, I'll admit. So hang on. Let's check in with Millie at the ranch. Howdy there, cowgirl. So you're the new hand joining up with the web scrubbers. My husband told me all about ya. Gotta say, I'm a mite jealous. If I were as spry as you and less busy here at the ranch, I'd probably saddle up right along with them. Speaking of which, would you mind helping me herd them schmoop? Schmoops?
Herd them schmoop.
Herd them schmoop packets their pen after their daily ramble. Their rules are simple. Catch all the schmoops that are moving around the ranch and drag them into the pen with your web as quickly as possible. Just give me a nudge when you're all set, and I'll get the timer going. Okay, well, where are they? Because I saw one literally just a second ago back here. There's one, like, round the corner in this direction.
So, little schmoop.
Could I cheat by just, like, pulling all of them too very close by to her before we even begin? Because I see you. There we go. So you just get over here. I saw you a second ago. And now, actually, hang on. No. Pin it to the ground. No. Pin you to the ground. Pin. You know what? It's fine. He seems to have gone into the thing anyway. But if we just pin them down, if we just stick them to the ground, that will sort that out. Blip. You're definitely a wandering schmoop. So, you. Okay. He's now been stuck to the ground by his face. So that's fine. I saw another one over here. Can we just cheat?
Stop the accents, please. American Jane is worse than American John.
They're functionally the same. Right, both of you. I'm just getting... Okay, so these two are now tied to the ground. Which is... Now, are these actually the ones we're looking for? That's the key here. So, okay. Okay, so web them, drag them, don't let one get away. Let's ride. Score to beat 10. Oh, no! They've reset. They've definitely...
Well, Of course they've reset, John.
Boo. Okay, well, where's the ones that were? Wait, where have they even gone? There were some over here. 50. I'm supposed to get 10. Wait. Does she mean? Wait. Am I supposed to be? Am I gathering ones from the outside in, or are you suggesting? Where are they supposed to be going? Where are they? I've not found one. What the? Also, hang on. Is this bookshelf that looks like a giant track in the side of a giant tractor?
That's cute.
Oh, it's a giant like
It's
it's
a
like
bed.
a
It's
giant
a
digger
tractor
bed.
bed.
Giant digger bed. This is it's. But where are the schmoops? I mean, I see a bunch of schmoops here inside the thing.
There's a pen inside the ranch?
Is there?
Apparently, somebody said.
Hang on. Your score is 0. You really gave it you really gave it your all.
I'm mighty proud of you.
Okay, hang on, yeah. Oh, that pen. Okay, well that's perfectly reasonable. Okay. So once they're in, that's deemed to be fine. So you just getting over to here. The problem is this gate kind of gets in the way a little bit.
And the problem is they try again to leave.
Oh god, they do as well. Okay, well I think we don't let them. We just pin them. We just pin them in, and then we pin them. Then we pin them to more of them. Then we just connect you to. Okay. You get in over to that. Some of them just sort of go in anyway, which is delightful. You get over there. Then you just get it over there. Okay. We need to do some. Technically, if we did a very complicated multi-stage hooking everything together.
Yeah, but like they are just getting stuck on the outside because they can't go through the barrier.
It's true. Maybe if I built a web barrier. Okay. I'm beginning to see the problem with the problem that we've got here. But I feel like if I were to web like all of them to poor bastards. Poor stuck together bastards. Okay, 4. But we could do better. We could do better. Now I assume that does that just like delete all of just delete all the local web. So okay, hang on. No. And then go to you 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 to you. I'm just gonna hook all of them together. If we just hook all of them together and then we just bring one of them in, he'll bring all his friends and they'll also stop each other from causing too much trouble. So in that's 3 apart from the one I've got stuck on a thing. Right, so this is theoretically a good plan, but you've got to like nail every shot while they're moving. And then like to you, and then to you, and then the camera didn't cooperate. But then we break you, and then we just grab you, and then we pull them in as a chain.
Yeah, you just need to make sure they don't get stuck. Because
we have to line them up properly. So we ended up with 3 on that occasion. But in theory, if you could create a chain of 10 and then just pull in all of them, I think that might actually work.
Okay, but could you just like build some kind of funnel or something?
A funnel?
Out of web?
I think you're overestimating the complexity of the technological sophistication of spiders here. So get you.
No, I think you're just underestimating what you could do with the game if you're good at the game. But...
Come. So this is a load of them all in one go. And then I just need to like attach you like this one to here. So now they definitely can't get out.
Yeah.
And then to you, to you, to you, to you.
You gotta get back. You're gonna run out of time.
To you, and then we just grab one of them.
Yeah, I think you're grabbing the floor.
Yeah, if I grab the middle one. And then just pull all of them in. But this is, like... That would have been my best result. I think that theoretically. Some people say you're overthinking this. Yeah, but if you just grab them and pull them in, they'll walk straight back out again.
Can you chain them all beforehand?
I think all webs disappear. Because, like, if I say attach you to you and then speak to her, I think it will reset. So that web's still there at the moment. I think it deletes all webs. It deletes all webs. They all get reset. So you to 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 you. Right, so now all of you get pulled in this direction to make sure you don't get stuck, and then we're going to pull you. Don't get stuck on that side. Don't get stuck on that side. All of you get stuck. All pulled. Okay, they're all stuck. Like, literally, I'm on 0 right now because they're all stuck. That every single one of them got stuck, as it turns out, and also they got stuck on. We're gonna have a score of 0 on this occasion. This is gonna be a 0. Get round over here. I'm not having a 0. One of you, get in the cooking. It's possible this is not necessarily the exact best strategy.
I think that was a 3.
That was quite a poor result right there. I think, in theory, I think 2 5s might be a good way to go. 2 5s might be a good way to go. The problem is, if you miss, then whoop! I fell out of the universe there.
I mean, the thing is, once you've got those chains, you gotta drag them in the right direction, make sure they don't get caught in anything.
Where are you guys going? Yeah, okay. These guys are loose. These guys are loose. And then pull them in this direction. Then the cooking horse is causing trouble. Then the horse is causing trouble. And now the horse is in the way of any subsequent endeavour. Which is excellent, and I think some of them are stuck on the goddamn horse. Which is... No! Get it! I think in many ways, this... If I just hold you here, that's 4. 4 is a respectable result. 4 is an acceptable result. Okay, it was 3 in the end.
Can you stand in the pen and then shoot webs out to drag them in?
Yes, but but then they'll just walk out again. But you know what?
Yeah, but then you can pin them.
That's true, but then that's a 2-stage process. So, I mean, I do agree that it's possibly as simple as just putting them in and then just hoping they don't...
Just pin them.
Yeah. And then you get stuck. And then just literally pull them in. And then pull you in as well. But yeah, if it's kind of waiting for them to be in the right position. But you've got functionally infinite range on your web pull, which is kind of nice. And then you just left, didn't you? Don't leave. Theoretically, I don't know if they literally can just walk in. I mean, I'll admit, this strategy has got us 6 already, albeit with several trying to leave. So, like, in theory, we're doing much, much better, having not done my highly sophisticated plan. Can I just jump? I can.
Yes!
I can make them jump over the top. Okay, so we got up to like. Okay, so we got up to like 8 or 9 just by standing.
So twice as good just by doing the thing.
Just by standing literally perfectly still in the thing. So that's
John will do anything other than the sensible thing.
That is.
The horses don't reset, so apparently you could just move the horses out of the way.
I could move the horses out of the way, bare minimum. Right, you get over to there, and then you get over to... No. Blech. Stop being in the way. I can't waste time on individual ones, though, is the problem. And then you... Hold still. You're coming with me. If you're just trying to get them into the rear, the chance of them falling out is then reduced. And nope. That's... Problem is, if they get all stuck on the side, it's then a huge... possibly at that point, you just leave them and you wait for them to like roll round to the front, and that might be significantly better. I don't know. It's hard to say. Possibly just hooking them in full stop. But I agree. Just pulling everything out the way, Including possibly the wagon, just like, presumably that is on wheels. It should move. Yeah, that can be moved out the way too. We can move everything out the way so there's no obstacles, which will make life easier. And also, same thing for this feeding McGibble, presumably. That can be just...
Maybe you could move the feeding trough to be on the side of the doors.
Oh, Claire.
So that, yeah.
You're thinking with portals here. The thing is, when it opens, it might push them a little bit. So I need to like leave a little bit. I need to like leave a little bit of space for that. But I think you might be onto an idea here.
Yeah, just to make sure that if, like, yeah, to make sure that stuff gets redirected.
Yeah, exactly. And then if it's like about like that, and then when these open, that should be because they'll open to about here and here. And then I just need something that, blocks them a little bit. I think that might be about right. And
I think that's a bit far, but...
You can then just come out of the way as well. Because I just need there to be nothing in the way of any of you guys. And the same for the boxes over here. So at this point, we've kind of cleared the path. Which is good. And if anyone's, like, fallen over, they can just, like, be brought into the middle and back up. Right, okay. This time, it's going to be fine. Okay, let's ride and go. Get you. Just get you in that direction. Just get you over to here. One of them is just over there, but that's fine. Get them in, and now we just start sniping them. And in you go. And grab, and in you go. And grab, and in you go. And grab, and in, and grab, and in. Kind of a bounced in, but it worked. And that's... Okay, well, you know what? We'll grab him when he comes back out again, if he comes back out again. And that's fine. We've still got 22 seconds. And... No. There we go. That's nice and in. Where do you think you're going, buddy? Don't you even think about it. And... Go. And then... I think one of them's pushing the things, and... Gosh darn it, no! No! And I think one of them walked out anyway.
It did.
And I think they're just straight up pushing these around. I think just having them out the way is the more sensible option.
Fair enough.
Though, there's one of them in there, but I think the position's reset anyway. That was working. That was working. That was sort of working. Okay, I think we can do this. So, just get to you. Grab you, buddy, and... Grab you.
So close.
In you go. Okay, and... Guys. Everyone just behave, okay? I see you over there. And in. And in. And in. And... It. We'll get you in a second when you come back round. And in. I think we had like way more than this at 20 seconds last time. In you come. In you come. At this point I'm sort of flinging and hoping. And... No. Get back in. You walked out, you bastard. And 9 again, with like 2 right there on the outskirts. We've almost got it. We've almost got it. Claire, over to you while I get this.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to the book 778 who gave us £5 and says, this is such a cute game. I was hoping it would come back. How are things going with you and the pets?
I think very, very good indeed. Ted's foot is fully recovered.
Oh,
that was still an issue last live stream. I think it might have been.
Yes, indeed. But yes, they continue to be perfect.
Absolutely.
And I think Zena's got a little cuddlier recently. Like she's
That's true. She's
come
up
on
on
the
the sofa a little bit more. Oh.
Not like nothing that's like a drastic change in what she does. You know, it's just I think she's getting like more of her adult, fully grown personality coming in.
Yes.
Where it's like, when she's being...
Shit, where's one more?
When she's being a playful kitty, she will absolutely want to play...
That's 10, but do I need to beat 10 or do I need to hit 10? No! I think that just played the fail noise. And I was the 11th was being pulled in right that second. I was pulling in the 11th.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I was doing well. I was doing well, Claire.
Shout out to Sir Roderick.
Its way.
I know. Shout out to Sir Roderick Quincy von Thunderbottom, the magnificent hiking of Australia, who's been a member for 92 months since I'm testing member chats for this leaderboard thingamajig. I hope you're all doing well, and I'm wondering if John's interested in the fishing update for 76.
I heard about it. It sounded like it takes a lot, versus, say, the Skyrim one, which was very easy. Just get your head around and you can just dive in and have some fun with it. This one sounds like it takes a lot of, online faffing in order to actually, get much out of it. So therefore I wasn't as into it. So, maybe I will at some point, but I'm not, in a huge rush to. Guys, you're definitely walking out, aren't you? Stop leaving. Stop leaving the pad. Stop leaving the pad. If they hadn't walked out to the pad, that would have been fine. They would have been fine. Claire.
Yes, indeed. Let's see. Shout out to Sankey84 Gaming, who's been a member for 30 months, and says, hey, John and Claire, I hope you're both having a good day. John, have you seen the new Perfect Dark game on Steam? Now we just need a new Timekeepers game.
Is that the same one that's been trolled for a while? Has it just got a Steam page now? Because if so, I hadn't seen that it had a Steam page, but, I wait to see about that. I wasn't desperately excited by the footage I saw of it. It looked like it might be a little bit like one of those games that, claims to be open, but really it's, open where, hey, here are 3 distinct options. Pick the precise one you want. And I wasn't 100% sure I was thrilled by what I was... No! Get back in here! Stop leaving! You're making my life harder, you fuckers! Get back inside! And I can get up to 10, but I can't. You know what? Fuck this ranch. Fuck this ranch. I'm going to go build a plushie. Because there's clearly a plushie cabinet over here.
Mm-hmm. Also, one of the first things on your list is build a plushie, but...
the list doesn't actually matter in terms of order.
No, I know it doesn't.
The only reason I came down to the ranch was because they said, hey, so-and-so needs help with the ranch. So, okay, hang on. How do we even open this? Or do I need to? Ah! Where do I get the rest of the plushie parts? I see you over there. Come over here. We're building a bear. We're building a bear. So,
you building a bear, or are you repairing a bed at some terrible child tore apart?
You say terrible child? Our child tears apart bears all the time.
Our child is a dog child and not a human child.
Mm-hmm. Just get up a little bit further. Get up a little bit further. And...
Just saying, this bedroom might be like Sid.
Mm-hmm.
From Toy Story.
There was nothing. You know what? Sid was done dirty by Toy Story. Aside from the fact, obviously Sid was stealing toys from his sister, which was bad. But the fact he was taking his toys and creating new toys out of them was not in itself an inherent evil.
Yeah, because he didn't know they were alive.
Exactly. He had no idea they were flipping alive. Sid was a very creative child. The only problem was the stealing of toys. And, we were also supposed to understand because they played sinister music and everyone made a face oh, no, he gave a toy for his dog to chew. Yes, we give toys to our dog to chew as well. Hopefully that doesn't make us evil in a world where we didn't know the toys were alive. Sid was done dirty by Toy Story, damn it. Now, the question is all of this also needing to go over there? And then is there more? Wow, is all of... Wait, are all of these toy pieces? This feels like a lot of pieces. This... I'm saying, well, hang on, you know what? There's a toy here. Let's pull you out, have a look-see at you. And if need be, we'll have to pull the chair out. Is this what we're creating? Some of these the ears?
Yeah, maybe you just have different options for like color and stuff.
That's true.
But maybe they come together into a Megazord.
It's... there's parts here as well. I think you're right about this, like... I think there's, like...
It's like the house, there's spare pieces.
No, I think it's that, say... Because look at the ears here. I think, say, the tan one is like you're building a bunny.
Yeah.
The tan one is a bunny. It's... Yeah, there's... I think... There's 3 distinct different plushies here. I think there's a bear... a bunny, and possibly a panda in black and white. I think it might be a panda in black and white. So we need to pick. So yeah, that'll be that one. So okay, what have we actually got over on the plushie?
You should definitely open the toy chest, says Eric.
The chest?
Yeah. You
mean the plushie chest?
I think that's... I'm not sure if that's what they mean, but...
Hang on. Is it pulling down and open? Oh, wait, how does this open?
I mean, there's a handle.
There's a handle here, which implies... Oh, yeah, there we go. Aha! Okay.
Ooh, is that a dinosaur in the blue?
Yeah, there's like a dinosaur, actually.
Or Nessie.
Yeah, kind of a Nessie. That might be all the Nessie parts, actually, because I've not seen blue anywhere else.
I mean, there was blue outside of the chest, but...
Where?
I don't know, in the bits that you picked up that were on the top of the chest. Yeah, there you go, blue.
Okay, maybe 1. Maybe just 1. Bring you up, buddy. Bring you up. No shark fin or something. Yeah. Right.
But surely, like, given that this game allowed you to clean the kitchen by flooding it, you should be able to build, like, a Megazord.
Yes. You stay here. And then, yeah, if we just pull the blue ones out. Then again, if we just pull... No one says it has to be, like, built here. So if we just release you, grab you. Let's pull you to the floor. Right here. I had a mat just like... I loved, like, little mats with roach and shit on them when I was a kid. That was my jam. That was my jam right there. And you also get Lego and, like, building blocks. And you build buildings where there's supposed to be buildings to create 3D space out of it. Very important. Best toy. Aside from fridge magnets, they were the best toy. Everyone loves fridge magnets. Love sitting in a cold utility room playing with fridge magnets, which makes my childhood sound far, far worse than it was. I lovely sitting in a cold utility room playing with fridge magnets.
You don't like it when it's too warm, do you?
Exactly. Right, let's just get all of you attached to the top. Let's lift up all of the blue pieces. Okay?
I think you're closing the top.
Only slightly. I put a lot of webs on that side. I refuse to admit these pieces weigh that much. Alright, just grab all of the blues out of here. You just need to move out the way, buddy. So we get you out there soon. Just lift all of you up, and then, very importantly, Nessie head. Alright. So now I've got all of you. We can just bring you out the top. Lovely. And once they've been pulled over the edge, we can just hack the top one and they'll fall to the ground.
Yeah.
So that's all absolutely fine. In fact, if I just put you even... There we go. Now they're way higher up, which is potentially highly convenient, especially if I can... Can I get you down to the floor? Just about, which is... And then if I cut at that point... Yep, there we go. That is precisely how we're going to do that. We're just going to literally put a thing there, and then we'll just cut them at the top. And then once at the apex, they'll be pulled down. Job done. Right, Claire, while I get all these down on the ground, over to you.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Adam. Who gave us 10 Canadian dollars.
Excellent dollars.
And says, "Happy Thursday. I missed you. We went on a 2-week trip to Japan. First day back, caught up on MATN and snoozed to recover from the jet lag. Have fun. Be nice to Claire, and please pet the herd for me."
We will definitely do plenty of petting. There is always so much petting. Why is the head being tricky?
Because it's heavier.
Well, I guess that makes sense, but I'm not happy about it conceptually.
You're not happy about it because I'm being correct.
Right. You... seriously, get pulled more in that direction. Yes. Yes. There we go. That one was way more of a faff for no well-explained reason. There we go.
Because it's clearly a bigger piece. Anyway, shout out to Stuart, who's been a member for 92 months and says, hey, everybody. Claire, have you watched any Murderbot yet?
Claire has definitely watched Murderbot. Claire's been insisting we watch Murderbot the moment it comes out. Yes.
Yeah, despite the fact that Apple TV has been very, very annoying.
Yeah, we've literally been Chromecasting it off Apple TV on your laptop because we couldn't make the bloody app on the TV box work properly.
Yeah, it kept saying, like, it needs an update, but it doesn't actually need an update. And the internet says that many people have had this exact problem, and literally the solution that all these people had was buy a new smart TV box, which we're not doing for one show.
Buy what? I don't buy a whole new TV box for one bloody show. Absolutely not. So, okay. We now have many parts of a Nessie. The question is, how precisely do we stick them all together? I need to get rid of all of the webs that we used to get them down here. Because we've got like... Okay, well, the thing is... some of you may not know this. I've actually had some medical training. So as a result, I am aware that in this particular case, the head bones connect to the neck bone. And...
I was wondering where you were going.
And the head bones and the neck bones connect to the chest bone. So I just need to find those. And then we go to...
Dear, shout out to Anna, who's been a member
body?
for 40...
I feel like we're missing a body, and possibly a neck. Oh, hang on! There we go, look at that! I found a body. This feels like we're on to some good...
Yeah, this is Ted's dinosaur toy.
It is, pretty much. Ted's dinosaur toy, I think, isn't going to be like that. This has got flippers. I think this is a Nessie.
Yeah.
So
but his dinosaur toy is very close to that color.
Now if I just... Yeah, okay. I don't know, I think this is a softer, cooler blue than Ted's, which is a bit of a slightly warmer, more kind of greeny.
I mean, I see your point, but still.
Now, I think these are all flippers. The problem is trying to figure out... I think that's a tail. I think that's a tail piece. So I think that goes to here. We just...
We'll see if it attaches.
Yeah. And then, aha, we might be able to use the white pattern. And then I think these more stubby ones are just... Any of those will do for legs. So if we're just going to put you to there. Yeah, I think any stubby one will do for a leg. So we're just going to bring you round at speed. Buddy, just do that. And then just...
I wonder if any white part connects to any white part, whether or not it makes sense. Because, like, surely in this game you must be able to make, like, a Franken teddy bear.
Well, that would be weird. Now, and who's Sid now? Deliberately creating a monstrosity? Who's the real monster here?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm not teddy bear ableist, like you.
So we just need to bring you over. Come on, buddy. Come on, you need to just sit up a little bit. Just sit up so we can get you to that.
Wee! Oh.
Okay, I sort of
It's not exactly what you were aiming at, but that works.
Let's say that was indeed the plan. I'm just making a... Yeah, you know what? I thought these were supposed to be like little stubby flippers, but as it's coming together, I think you're right, and it is closer to Ted's toy, which actually has like proper legs on it. That one is not connected to the right piece. That is... No. Come on. You're almost there. You're almost there. Just grab it. Pull it. And Hey! And we have successfully built a plushie. And there's also other little... Oh, there's little... Now, these look like Ted's toys.
They do.
Little carrots and little ice cream cones. There's no parking garage. These are just like classic. I don't actually know where the people who made this game are from, but these feel like fairly British coded toys.
I mean,
to me.
I feel like I had a lot of those toys.
Mm-hmm. Have you tried making the little cars go really fast? Or what the top speed should be? You know what? I think we should test that. I think we should definitely test that. Is there a slide in this room?
Yes.
Interesting. Round to here. Clamber up to the top. And do you actually slide down the slide? No, you can grip on the spide, being as I am a spider. That seems eminently reasonable. So, okay. And then up here, there's a separate bed up here. I think this is 2 children's bedrooms.
Well, that would make sense, because at some point, I think, somebody said, she scares me, and I'm assuming they're talking about the kid.
Yeah.
And then somebody said he.
So, okay. We have got, there's definitely like a little raised mezzanine level here. With some cute little things. Yeah. Build a plushie. Store all 5 balloons in the TP. Hit a target while riding the car. Okay. We are going car McGibbling. Down to here. So, okay. There's cars. Hello there, little spider. Did you see my little entry for you in the task list? I challenge you to hit the target with one of the cars when it's possible to make the car go faster on the track. Good luck. Okay, hang on. Where's the target that he's referring to? Because if we are... Okay, so we launch off that. Okay, that target over there.
Nice.
Yeah, so it'll be, that thing.
Oh, they're still in the pen.
Yep, they just are in the pen, doing their own thing.
Yeah, being not 11.
They'd presumably be... I hate you.
You love me.
Now this looks like the fastest car to me. So we'll just go to there. The thing is, wait, did he specify I needed to be in the car? Oh, hang on. Wait. There's a little battery thing here. And it's only got 1 battery in it.
And there's batteries up there next to...
Wait, where'd you see batteries?
Just next to the starting point of the race.
Did you?
Yep.
Okay. You are correct.
I'm shocked.
Okay. Grab. Down we go.
Yeah, there must be some around the room because there's multiple spots that want batteries. And you can't change them while you're doing the race, so... Okay.
Now,
I wonder if there are other toys
that
take batteries and you need to take the batteries out of the remote of something or another.
Possibly. So, okay. Now, did he actually specify hit the target riding a car? Okay. So I do need to actually be riding the car. But I need to be obviously facing... I need to be orientated correctly.
Do you?
Logically. Okay. Now I need to cut the existing... Okay. Now, I just need to pull myself forward.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
I think there's one. I think there's still one underneath there. I think there's a web underneath here. I think I've definitely got it. I think I've definitely got a web.
Oh, you could start it as a catapult.
There it is. Okay. In theory, yes, but I think with the charged thing, if I just face forward and now just give it a gentle pull. Now. Okay, we got the button. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. And this doesn't feel like it's going...
No, because you need more batteries for the other things that need batteries. Look, there's one in the corner over there.
I did not realise there was a second one of these.
There's like 3.
Wait, what? Where's the other one?
I mean, it's along the track. There's blue boxes.
Okay, it turns out you are... Well, you could have mentioned that, Claire.
I did!
You could have mentioned that to me before we started doing this. God's sake, Claire. Dear oh flipping dear. What's even the point? Ugh. Right. Well, now we know that. Okay, well, hang on. There was definitely another battery up top.
There was.
And then... There we go. Okay. That one. We can just jump down here. I can't believe you didn't tell me about this, Claire. Okay.
Oh, God.
And then just up to here.
Wait.
Yep. Pretty close. Pretty close. Come on. There we go. So that one's powered up.
Wait, how is that working? They're not the right... The other one's not the right direction.
Well, the game's decided... It's would you believe
James
there are...
decided to be sweet about
There are,
it.
in fact, certain not accurate physics things in the game about a spider cleaning company that comes to your house in order to perform household tasks for you. The game is, in fact, somewhat arcadey. Shockingly enough, Claire. Come on. Up you come. Up you come. Okay. You sort of find that. And then just pull it over the top. Okay. One more battery. Let's get up to a high spot. And look for this battery. Though, this game, based on what I've seen before, I'm assuming there's going to be more than one. Either there's going to be more than one available. I think there's going to be more than one. So, let's swing. So, okay, there's...
Just back there.
What is that?
Cannon? Nice.
Now, is that...
That'll be probably a similar game than...
Okay. Yep, change angle. And fire, but only if you've loaded it.
It's on this side.
Ah. And you can turn it. Because it can be pulled. Yeah. Okay, the problem is we don't know what we need to fire at. Is there a task that's come out?
Target?
Yeah, but the target's what we're aiming at with the toy car. So presumably we'd be aiming at something else, right? But, you know, it's worth giving a loop. Now the question is... Oh, this is quite... With spider webs, this is a little bit hard to get precisely spot on. Ooh. That looks like that's pretty much spot on. Assuming this is even what we're supposed to be doing. Oh, it fell short. That fell well short. That fell a well short. So, okay. Up a little bit. Again, well short. Plus, I'm not even 100% sure that's what we're supposed to be aiming at. We might not be supposed to be aiming at this. Fire! And... Well, we hit the target. Not quite dead center.
I'm not sure if that's what we were supposed to be aiming at then.
No, there may well be something else. And now I've wasted most of the ammo. There's the cooking jigsaw. That's going to be fascinating. But okay. We've got the battery. We do at least have the battery. So, okay, get over to here. Battery. Yeah. Okay, and then just get the other end. Spider! No! Okay, we'll do this a more sensible way, using, like, webs. So we'll bring this to here. You see to find... There's actually not anything really that high up around here I can use as, like, web leverage. Like, I can, like, put that to here, which gives it a little bit of height. but like also just sort of leaves it underneath there. There's not a nearby convenient high thing. I think possibly my plan of just making random noises while jumping was actually perfectly viable.
Yeah.
And worked for the other one. Bleh. See?
Hey!
Just randomly jumping while we go bleh is in fact entirely.
Right, while you go that way, shout out to Anna, who has been a member for 47 months and says, "Will this give me XP?" Testing the member messages, and I'm not sure if does that count as a car?
I choose to believe it does.
Are you going to use it to test?
I choose to believe it will, and I'm going to test with it anyway.
Fair enough. Let's see. Hugh's been a member for 33 months and says, "Hey MATN, thank you for the hours of entertainment and laughs. Your content always helps me relax in the evening after a long day at work."
Whoa, thank you so much. We're on the way. On to speedy thing number 8. Speedy number 3. Ooh.
Boo. You might have needed to be in a car.
It does say car, unfortunately.
Well, can you, like, pick up one of the cars?
Well, I think there was an ambulance up there. That's got to count as a car.
Do you want to do that in an ambulance?
Well, does it make a difference? I don't think it will make a difference.
Oh, well, I don't know. I thought you said when you picked up the first one, "Oh, this one looks the fastest."
Yeah, I was just, I'm not sure I had much science to back that up, to be honest.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Like, I think presumably they'll all probably be about a comparable speed. So just get you up to here.
Hey,
You're
our ride.
I'm just no.
John's Fabby ambulance service right there.
I've decided he's coming with us. I'm not sure if he's opted in. He's opted in at this point. But by doing that, he's now gonna be our new co-pilot. That's now just how this is gonna go.
Web him to yourself.
Exactly. He's now getting webbed. He's getting webbed up 100%. Right. Next up, over to here, just to pull it in this direction. Okay, and now we just start releasing them in the correct order. Release you. And release you. And then just bring you straight down to the ground over here. And wait for it to be sort of in the middle of a swing. Okay. Right. He's now on the ground. Right, that's lined up broadly correctly. Now, are you even allowed to come with me? No, I'm not sure how we even got. I'm not sure how we even got attached to us. How he got attached to us in the first place. There.
I think he just got like moved by moving the car.
I think we are now lined up. Okay, go, and.
Hey, I think it does make a difference. I think it does make a difference, actually.
I think all that happened there is I overwebbed it. I think I did too much webbing, and he literally took off from the thing. But I think that's fine. There we go. It will ascend at speed. Over to you while I just get the ambulance back.
Dear oh dear, shout out to Giles, who's been a member for 25 months and says, "Amazing stream you are weaving tonight, John. Really making my head spin. Best arcade nid time ever."
Shh. We're doing fine. We're doing good spider work. Okay? Everything's under control.
Dear oh dear. Anyway, shout out to Excelsius, who's been a member for 91 months and says, I met another MATN fan on the Oblivion subreddit today when I mentioned how John would speed up slow quest NPCs. A good weekend to the 5 of you.
Excellent. Originally, yes, innovated in Oblivion, but then slightly moved over to Morrowind, but not used as much because it's not such a common issue over there. Okay, just seriously, just.
Oh, you mean hurry up, you slow bastard?
Hurry up, you slow bastard! But it was more useful, definitely more useful in Oblivion, than it. But it is. I have set up a spell of the same name in Morrowind. It just never gets. It just very rarely gets used.
Well, I mean, We used it in the last episode that went out, so...
Like, what? It's been quite uncommon. Like, simply because you don't... There's nowhere near as many quests of, hey, follow so-and-so. Follow so...
true.
Like, NPCs tend to be much more static. So, okay. This time, all we're going to do is, yes, we're not, after just the initial web to get us onto the thing, we don't do any more webbing. Because I think that we literally went off the thing. So, okay, over to here, and... Okay, so the ambulance may be a bit on the slow side. We may need a different, a better car. We may possibly this car.
The fast car is right there.
Well, the thing is, I've no evidence to suggest this actually is a faster car in any capacity.
It looks like a race car.
It is also, however, a child's toy.
Yes.
But I choose to believe it would be faster. That's true. Okay, just get up towards the top. That's fine. Up to the top, and we'll pick you up. This time, though. This time, Clap.
Yes.
Carry on.
Oh, sorry. So you weren't using the usual intonation. I thought you had more things to say. But anyway, shout out to Alana, who's been a member for 62 months. And they want to know, how are you both? How are the dumplings? Have either of you watched or read anything good lately? Much love and many boops to snoots.
I will leave that one to you.
Yeah, well, we're good. The dumplings are great.
The dumplings are great, absolutely.
Yes, indeed. And let's see. Well, we're enjoying Murderbot,
yeah,
I would say.
That's true.
It's a fun one.
Yeah.
Let's see. And what have I've just actually, there's been a new UK edition of, there's been, in fact, I think the first proper UK edition of Becky Chambers' Monk and Robot novellas.
Yeah.
So I've been reading that, and that's been good fun. I do prefer the first one to the
this
second
time,
one.
go round the thing. Yes, this is looking better. Speed, speed, speed.
Yay!
We almost overshot it. Almost overshot it there. Okay.
Because of using the fastest car.
Exactly. We should. Clearly, there was in fact a difference between the car speeds and whatnot. This was not something I was expecting.
Oh wow, the weight of things mattering in a physics game. I'm sure.
But when you put it that way.
Yes, I am going to put it that way. Oh, there's a bow.
There's what?
There's a bow.
There is. I'm not sure how on earth you'd choose such a thing as a spider. So, okay. Place the stars in the sky. Rebuild the castle seems like an absolute horrifying nightmare. Because I've seen this. I've seen my objective. It's round here. And basically, I just need to get blocks up to there.
Blocks up to where? Sorry?
That.
Oh.
The invisible McGibble.
Oh, yeah.
And every single one of them is a proper physics block. So now, presumably what it means is just get any block that's that shape and get it just to stay in that position.
Yeah.
Which is...
And like put a flag on top of it or whatever.
I don't know if there actually is a flag piece. I think that might just mean, hey, just this is what you're...
Well, yes.
Oh, I got... No! Look at that.
Oh, that's a proper Lego flag.
That is actually actually the base is a bit thick. The base thing is a little bit thicker. So okay. We need to find a way of getting that. We need to build a support for it. So I think what we do is if we just push away, there's only so much pushing we can do. Okay, I've got a plan.
Oh no.
We pull you out the way, and you're not important, so you're just got out the way, because we need if the smaller number of tiles that we use for this, the better. So what we're going to do is you are going to be fixed to the ground. Okay? Fixed to the ground. Then we simply pull this upright.
Nice.
Okay. There we go. Now all we need to do is, because we've got this slide above that can actually help out with this. Okay. Now we just have you. And we just have... So we just have that going in that direction, and we can just lower that down. Do you want to give me some advice, by the way? Sparky! How's it possible that you managed to destroy the castle again? Sorry, Silky, didn't see that. I was too shocked by what happened here. I definitely need a hand rebuilding the castle. Even if you don't, this is a top priority job. Let's roll up our sleeves. So, I don't remember what the castle looked like. I'm sure it had a flag right at the top. So, okay.
Love
That's my plan. If we could just lower that thing... Okay. Step by step. Over in that direction. Alright. And just get rid of you. Get rid of you. Just lower it a little bit. Move it in that direction. Just move it around step by step here. And then, all we need to do is... I mean, I think this will work. All we need to do, really, is just attach you to you. Okay. We'll just put some anchor points on it immediately. No! 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 Don't do the thing that you're doing right now. Don't do that. And then you. To you. To you. Now, everything is...
Oh, did you not anchor the other one to the ground?
The other one was already standing, is the thing.
Yeah.
So, in theory... In theory... Actually, in theory...
Oh, God.
In theory... If we just literally have the flag piece...
Floating in the right spot.
Floating in the right spot. Will the game just decide, hey, you know what, that's perfectly reasonable. That seems fair. That seems legit. Hang on. Hang on. This is... Okay, we just need to figure out the relative... We're pretty close. This is already quite close to the right thing. If we just cut you just a little bit. Okay. Then I just need that to be a little bit more in this sort of a direction. We can just like use I just need to... You, come with me. You're relatively heavy. So you'll be useful as an anchor point. There was just a car. Whee! Just a car there. Okay, just to here. Okay. Now. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. This is perfectly... Uh-oh, I was using the wrong web type. Okay, but that's... I've done some extra webs I wasn't really meaning to do there. Okay. To here. Getting close. Getting close. Okay. Over to that.
You really need to anchor that blue one to the ground somewhere.
I think it's fine.
Yes!
Castle! You know what? No. Let's do this. Okay, pretend I'm on like an equivalent of MasterChef, but for children's toys. So today.
So you mean Lego Masters?
Yeah. So today, John, what I've made for you, is a deconstructed children's castle. Mm-hmm. I've taken the essence of a children's castle and I've reduced it to a foam. Bon appetit.
Well, g'day, John. I can see the story.
This is if you don't think if you think my accents are bad, prepare for Claire trying to do an Australian accent. Go.
Okay, I'm not gonna try and do an Australian accent, but what I'm gonna do is...
You just did.
I'm afraid that today, John, wasn't quite enough. You're going to have to leave Lego Masters.
Star-shaped glasses? Oh, no. You can go back in time. Claire started doing an Australian accent. I should have just let her consent to continue. This is... Ooh, dinosaur claw feet. Excellent.
Oh, Die Kill Die says new season of Lego Masters in 2 days. Ah!
Yeah, but do we actually get it?
No, we don't get it. They're in Australia.
We don't get it for a bajillion years. Maybe we'll get season 6 at some point. I think you're up to 7.
Definitely has a soggy bottom. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy my Brickman crying at anybody leaving impression.
Mm-hmm.
It's so avant-garde. I'll take Australian Claire versus American John.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in order to, like, literally, my Australian accent is saying
nice.
"g'day" in front of anything. Oh god, that's better than the human feet.
It's better than the human feet. In particular, it's like some frog splicing experiments got horribly wrong. Love it.
Looks like you're wearing fancy gloves.
Now, officially, I'm supposed to launch the rocket. And I see a launch pad. Now, I assume what I need to do is, like, get the rocket in position. And then, like maybe drop something heavy on this in order to, like, pump it up.
Yeah.
It's like an air pressure rocket. So, step 1.
Get the rocket.
Yeah, rocket needs to come over here. There we go. Rocket is fine. And I can push the button, but clearly need to drop heavy things on this. So you might be able to give me a bit of advice there. So complex it gives me a headache. Don't you to push the red button, but it requires a certain amount of pressure to actually fire. Not sure that pressure is supposed to be built up, and maybe that large plate. Okay. Let's have a look, see, as to what's inside this cupboard. Because if I had to put a guess in, there's going to be something heavy inside one of these we can drop out. So, okay, let's just climb up the middle. Get you. And be on the lookout for. That's just a button. Just a button. This kid has no. This kid has no clothes.
Neither of those kids have any clothes.
No clothes at all. Okay, but if I just like fall from high enough. No, we clearly have to like do. Drop something, but then again, it's going to be difficult to drop things onto that. Maybe it's just a question of weight. If I just found something heavy enough, and then you could just drop it on it over. So a roller skate's pretty heavy. Roller skate's quite heavy. So I've got a roller skate here, and you can tell it's pretty heavy because I'm dragging it pretty slowly. So I could just get this and then lift it up on a little cradle, and then just raise it and drop it all over and over and over again. So yeah, that's 2 here. But then again, actually, I can move this into a position where I can more easily raise or lower things. That's interesting. And I'd say by that chair might be a good spot. Because I could push things off the chair super easy. Watch out for the physics of the truck. Okay. Because I think there's actually quite a bit of wire on this thing. The actual thing goes quite far. So I think if we just pull this all the way around over to here, possibly should have gone around the back, but you know, it's probably fine, I think. And maybe I can even, this is probably furniture, so I probably can't, but I think if I now pushed something heavy off this chair, like I got something heavy from the desk, pushed it onto the chair, and then from the chair down onto the thing, that might do something. That might work. So, okay. Book. Books are heavy.
Yeah.
Books are definitely heavy. So we'll just bring you over to here. Just so you... Books possibly are very heavy. Yep, extremely heavy as it turns out. Alright. And the chair can be moved. It turns out the chair was heavier than the book was.
Yeah, but John,
Yes.
if you move the red button back
around,
like behind, you can put it under the
right
desk.
under the desk, which I think is more sensible. Yes, I agree.
And while you do that, shout out to Excelsius who gave us €2 and says, wait, did YouTube add a leveling system?
It does appear to have done something. We're not 100% sure how it works.
Apparently you can gain like 75 XP an hour by like doing a lot of comments.
Weird.
But it's capped so people aren't like spamming. It's weird.
It's a weird system.
We're very confused, and it looks like it's a bit buggy.
I'm not opposed to gamification. I think good gamification can be very fun. I'm just not. I'm not sure how this is supposed to work precisely. So okay, hang on. Am I about under the thing right now? I think that's maybe a tiny bit more this way.
Yeah.
I think that's about right. Just from there. And then look straight up. I think that's about right.
Can you get the chair to fall on it?
That's interesting. The chair's pretty tricky, pretty heavy. Let's just start with something small here. See if we can get like a battery or something. So that was me. Then again, if I was holding, if I just jumped while holding something,
yeah.
I mean, technically, I'd be able to like guide it in. So if I just get like a pen, let's pull a pen here. And I could just dangle it off the edge. If I just dangle it off the edge a little bit, and then just wait for it to calm down, then I could release it. No, pen's not that heavy, but just wait for it to be in the center of the thing. And calm down, pen. Okay, if I release my, then again, am I currently? Okay, I'm currently there. Okay, and go. Okay, this is quite hard to aim. Hang on. Something bigger, like a packet of crisps, which I think is what that was in the end, and not popcorn.
The crisps are kind of light.
Yeah. Definitely struggling to get. I assume we've got no pressure right now. We have no pressure. Okay. Hang on. What are we going? What's the best way to what's the best position to have this to cause something like this to actually drop on it? Theoretically. Also, we need to cut all of these. The chair's just going to fall over. The chair's just going to fall over at this point. Excellent. Which doesn't help me a huge amount. Okay. Raise it. That's interesting. If I, like, yeah, raise it, then drop it, that's actually, yeah, maybe I'm thinking about this backwards. That could be of interest. Okay. Okay. Get you. And then just get you, just pull you up in the right direction. Let's just get you up in the world.
Free you up from the packet of crisps.
There we go. So that's you now in the right, moving in the right direction. We're going to bring you up onto here. Now, in theory, if we literally just let you drop at this point. Okay. Just let it drop down. And see if that does anything. Okay. I feel like it didn't, like, really land on the button, though, did it? I feel like it didn't land a button, so...
Wait, what?
Well... Wait, why is...
Why isn't it both?
Why isn't it...
confused.
If I now do this, does that now release a tiny amount of pressure? It sort of worked. Something worked.
Get it into a corner and use the corner to guide objects.
Get it into a corner. That's interesting. Right, get out of the way, packet of chips. Out of the way, packet of chips. Yeah. Well, this is we speak American sometimes. I know it's upsetting. Right, get over to here. Get over to here and okay. So that's now pretty much in a corner, and yes, once it's actually in a corner, we could just web things up into this corner and then drop them. That's probably a good way of relatively easily controlling what's where. So come over here, roller skate, which moves quite easily when it's like, actually properly all done. So, roller skate. activate all of the things. Now, roller skate is now definitely above thing. Okay, that is it. It will definitely hit, and roller skate is quite weighty.
Oh.
Release. Oh, okay. That definitely. I heard a thunk.
Nice.
Okay, let's repeat that a few times and then see if we can figure out how to make the flipping
white one go.
The white one go up. So we can make you go up relatively easily, and then there's definitely I definitely heard another thunk there. So just make it go right up to the top, and then yeah, ideally break all of them so it falls from further. So if you really are just here, and then you're ready to and then just you're ready to hammer on all of them. Right about here, so. And then just basically repeat the process. Right, let's just do that a few times. Claire!
Do you... Yeah.
Oh, Claire's got physics thoughts here.
No, my thoughts were wrong, so...
There's definitely things happening over here.
Mm.
There's definitely things happening. There's absolutely 100% stuff happening. Maybe I need something heavier. Maybe I need a...
Somebody suggested putting it, like, basically under a chair leg. And then, like, lift the chair a tiny bit, put it down, and then drop the chair leg back on.
But then it would stay pressed down. I need something that, like, you need to be pushing it up and down, presumably.
Yeah, but then you could keep lifting the chair a tiny bit.
But then would that still actually have the weight? I'm just going to see if I use literally all the webs.
Yeah. The corner thing was a very good idea.
Yeah, not you, though. I've just got... Oh, no, the chips. The chips are involved. Okay. Get you out of the way. Get you out of the way, random roller skate. Come on, roller skate, out of the way, too. So, okay. Enough webs can lift the chair. And the chair's got to be, like, one of the weightiest things going. So then, if we just cut, like, everything... Though it's probably going to be easier at the top to do it that way. But is it actually going to fall and hit the thing? Or is it now wedged in this corner?
Yeah, but if it's wedged in this corner, you can grab it by one of the legs now.
Yeah.
And lift it by one of the legs.
I'm not sure I can lift it. If I, like, pull it in this direction, it will logically start to fall at some point. That's the...
No, I meant more like grab it by the leg and grab it by this leg.
Yeah.
And web that leg to the ceiling to make it boop.
But I think if we've established it's too close, and as a result it doesn't fall. But we were close there. We were sort of close. At least now we know that thing is very close to hitting the thing. So if we just, yeah, get you and just...
Put it up a tiny bit.
Put it up a tiny bit.
And then maybe move that so it's underneath it a bit more.
Yeah. Pull that to be more over here. And then break all of the webs up here. That might give a healthy whack. Okay. I think it's wedged, but if I pull this one... I'm not sure that did much. I think... I'm not sure that did... I think we're chasing... We're not getting much return for the investment here, but... I do agree that we're very close to this here. So, okay, now it just needs to go a bit more in this direction. Now you just need to go over here. Just pull it in. Pull it in. Bit more this way too. Bit more this way too. Bit more this way too. Okay. Now, I think that's pretty well positioned. Now just drop it down if we can. And now we just pull this leg back a little bit. I don't think this is actually going to work as much as just the other. Though if I just literally pull this too. It's now on top. It is now over the top. And then, if we cut all of them and pull it out a tiny bit, I'm not sure we're getting the result we want here. No, I think the corner plan was working so much better that we already had. This chair plan is not been a success at all. This chair plan has been a failure. Operation put it in the corner and then drop the heaviest thing we can find. What is the heaviest thing? What is the heaviest thing?
I mean, honestly, I think you were pretty close with the roller skate.
The roller skate's got to be pretty heavy. An inflatable dog, probably not so much. What is? I mean, a globe wouldn't be that heavy.
Radio?
Radio feels like that would be quite heavy. Bet there's an obvious bowling ball on top of the closet or something. Worth thinking about, you know, given that's roughly where it was. I'm just going to check if there's something interesting on top of the closet. Something of that nature. Which there may well be. Just check if there's anything very... There's a plane here. If this plane really... actually is in any way heavy.
Well, yeah, but it's falling from high up.
Yeah, but we wouldn't be able to reliably hit anything with it.
No.
Round 2.
But it's cute.
I think the roller skate was working. I think the roller skate was actually working pretty well. If we just get the whole roller skate...
Why not the corner in front of the wardrobe? Then you can drop item from the ceiling for maximum force. You need something lighter, just raised up higher.
You say this, but like, yeah, which corner would you... Like, you mean if we put it right in the corner...
Yeah.
Here, just close this door, and then also... Sorry, I didn't realize you were still there, back of the thing there. No. Stop it. Yeah. Stop. Close. Like, put it, say, here.
Yeah, because there's enough rope for that.
There is, you know, but we might not be able to as reliably drop. Stay shut. Stay shut. Thank you. I think it's worth having a go, at least, yes. Based on the rules of physics. The cupboard door is now closed. Put this right in the back corner. Over here. And then we just, well... I think hitting this is going to be more difficult. I think hitting it's going to be a little bit more tricky, because things might just veer off course a little bit. But... Yeah,
but maybe instead of trying it 3 times, hitting it 3 times, and having the tiniest bit every time, you'll try 3 times, hit it once, and it'll make an actual big difference.
True, but if it makes less than 3 times the difference, we still haven't made any more progress than we had previously. But, I mean, bare minimum, we can give it a go just pushing these big old boxes off, see what they do, because logically they'll just fall straight down. So okay.
And logically they're probably full of like paper or heavy stuff.
Something of that nature. So alright. Yeah. Okay, come on, buddy. You are coming with me. Okay, yeah. And now... I'm hearing squeaking.
Ducks!
There's rubber ducks in here. Okay. Now, what we need to do is now reconnect this over to here and just get it right over to the edge.
The corner, yeah.
Yeah, get it right over to the corner. And then disconnect these guys and then drop it and sort of hope. Okay. Get rid of them one by one. And these 3 over here. Now, is that going to drop straight down? I guess I am going to put one of you to here, just to pull it around the corner a little bit. I'd like it to just be pulled around the corner slightly, so like it's more wedged into the corner. Like that. There we go. That's what I want. Cut that. And now I want to cut all of these. And I'm writing it down too. I'm going with it. Go. Maybe the ducks.
Maybe just, yeah, chucking some ducks.
The box itself, I could just pull it up here. I can just pull it up here and then let it go. Pull it up and then let it go. Okay, let it go. And go. That looks better. That's better. I don't think that did anything to the pressure thing. I don't think that actually did a thing. Like,
yeah, maybe try with the ducks next.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do one more where we're actually keeping an eye on it. Because we do also need to figure out what is happening with the white one.
Oh! I think the white is what you just did, i.e. as it's happening, a live update, and the black is the stored pressure.
Nice, but that worked.
Okay, that actually did work. That actually did work. And then drop. Yes. But I think the corner needs to hit. I think the corner needs to hit.
Yeah,
Otherwise...
maybe try one of the ducks though.
No, I'm all in on cardboard box.
Oh, sure.
I'm all in on cardboard box at this point. Cardboard box is my new friend. Friendship ended with duck. Now cardboard box is my friend.
Are you a cat?
Absolutely. Down you go, down you go, down you go, down you go. Occasionally it does just miss, I'll admit. Okay, I think the ducks might be a good idea. The ducks might be a good idea. Out the way. Out the way, cardboard box. Activate duck mode. Okay. Grab you, duck. I'm sorry I convicted one of you of, like, crimes previously.
I mean, he had done them.
Well, that's what the spiders said. We've established the spiders are incompetent at most of the jobs they do. Okay. Duck. 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 Holy shit!
Yeah!
What?
Duck!
Okay, and 3, 2, 1. I think it slightly hit this door that I left open.
Yeah,
and then where did it go? Oh, it's over there. It's over there. It's just doing its own thing in the room now. It's now just doing its own thing, causing chaos. Just don't damage my castle. My perfect, beautiful castle.
Mm-hmm.
My perfect, wonderful castle right there. Now, the game does also say, store balloons. Now, I see the TP, but have we seen a single balloon?
Yeah, there's one under one of the tables.
What? Is it?
Not that table. Yeah, I think there's a table somewhere where there's a balloon underneath it.
Claire, are you imagining tables again? Because me and your psychiatrist told me about this. You and your thing about imagining tables that aren't really there. And also imagining balloons. Oh no, she's not been taking the meds again.
Alright,
Claire's imagining tables again. And also balloons. We were warned about this. Some more tables up here. Oh dear! Looks like somebody imagined a table!
There's a balloon over there.
Well, yes, but it's not under a table, is it?
No.
Oh dear. Right, and... It was slightly too far away from
I think it was orange or
me
something.
to web.
You were looking right at it.
Oh, I'm floating! I'm floating. Also, there's one right up there. There's a yellow one in the corner. Now, the problem is, I think we've got to, like, we're going to have to, like, web this down, because it is heavy. It's
light.
It lets light than me. Yes.
It was in the shot as he said that about the table dying. Green balloon under the bed.
Green balloon under the bed? Which are the two beds?
Oh, I don't know. You're just going to have to check.
Okay.
Oh, green balloon.
Green balloon? Green balloon? Where?
Elephant.
That's not under the bed. That's not
That's under the girl's bed.
Ah, true. True. Okay. Alright, there we go. Grab you. Move that in the right direction. And just let's get them all grouped together. We know there's 5. While we're actually doing this, look out for the others, because we've got a nice little view around here. Logically, they'll be high up.
Well, there's that, right?
Aha, one of those planets isn't a planet. Good spot. So, okay. You two here, just pin you to there. Yeah, one of the planets in the little solar system thing is not actually a planet. It's a fake planet. So, alright, just slightly attacking a bumblebee there. Everything's fine. Get up to here. You are good spot there on the balloon situation. Check up on the high shelf as well. Excellent little llama or alpaca.
Yeah.
I always get alpacas and llamas the wrong way round. They're never going to.
I mean, that's not a scientifically correct toy, you know.
All right, now get you. Just check if there's any more. I don't think there are.
Didn't it say 5?
It did say 5, so there should be one more somewhere. We're looking for a round thing, sort of balloon shaped. And alright, that's you attached to that. You attached to here. You attached to here. So we've got 4 balloons and they ain't going anywhere. Logically, it will be a different colour to the ones we've seen so far. And yeah, it would be up somewhere. In theory, it could be like in a drawer.
Well, it could be trapped under something.
It could be trapped under something, that's true. Is that a... No, I don't see anything over there.
Because there was one trapped under the bed.
Yeah.
There was several on the ceiling.
There could be... Did we I think we checked every... all of the panels inside the wardrobe, right?
We did, I think, yeah.
Yeah. It's not impossible. It could be...
Have you checked behind the stuffy chest lid?
The stuffy chest lid?
Yeah, because you opened it up and there might be something behind there.
There's definitely stuffies back there. Various little stuffy pieces, but not a balloon. And not under the table either, I do believe. No. Or underneath that, McGibble. There's... Oh, no! Don't want me to destroy the castle that isn't actually broken. That would be deeply sad. Okay. It could be in a drawer. It theoretically could be in a drawer.
We haven't seen, like, we haven't looked at the bottom of the wardrobe.
As in, like, the drawers there?
The drawer at the bottom of the wardrobe, yeah. And...
Or any of you.
Yeah.
Just check for potential balloon sightings in here. Not in anything in there. Not seeing anything in there. Yeah, I think those are all fine. There's the bottom of the wardrobe.
There it is, under the fucking table, John!
What?
At the back, under the fucking table where I told you to look and you wouldn't! Orange balloon, exactly what I said! Biding my time.
You're so happy that there was in fact an orange balloon under the table.
Because I knew there was an orange balloon under the table, like... I'm sorry, how have we found anything in this live stream?
Well, it's hard to say, and I think we shouldn't go pointing fingers at any individual person.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely that.
Voice of vengeance, amazing. Technically, that's a desk. All right, calm down. Justice, you tell him, Claire. Never heard Claire so angry.
Right, let's just get onto the balloon.
Yes, because I would like to point out to everybody that A, there's nothing wrong about having a psychiatrist or needing medicine that you take, and that B, I am in fact very good at taking the daily medicine that my psychiatrist gave me, you know, and you can tell because I haven't been crying today for no reason. So.
Alright, we've got the orange balloon. We're gonna get that over.
Claire smash.
And then we've got all of the balloons. We've got a significantly... Well, actually...
Who knew it would be a balloon that tipped Claire over? I mean, I think it was more the John of it than the balloon of it, but whatever.
Okay, now what we need to do is use the heavy things to get you right down to the bottom. We can do multiple webs in order to, pull you down to increase the pressure. Like, we don't have to, like, attach the balloons to a heavy thing or anything. Just anything that will get the balloon, just multiple web threads will get the balloons moving in the right direction.
Well, John, do you have the final piece of the blue dinosaur? Because Ted needs it.
Clara's just brought over Ted's actual blue dinosaur there.
Would you like this guy? Would you like this guy? Would you like this guy?
Ted, you love dinosaur friends.
Oh, sorry. Did you want, in fact, a cuddle and not a dinosaur? Come on. Oh, what he wanted was a cuddle. Ted, you're such a good dog.
I think what we need is, just a series of... Just use the mega blue pressure to just pull this thing down, 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 and then down some more. And then we can just pull it into the TP from there. Because to get them into the TP is, requires quite a lot of... And then I think, just... Enough blue pressure here, we'll pull it in. And that should be, and then that's officially fine. And now it can't escape anyway, so now I can just release these. Just so, the game doesn't cry and my CPU doesn't catch fire from too many spider's webs. Because they're inside, but that's perfectly acceptable. Hello, Ted. Ted's having a lovely, lovely little grrr right there.
Yeah, you savaged that dinosaur, young man.
Alright, and then just ring the last one down, the red. Come on, buddy. Come on. You're the one right at the top, aren't you?
The true story of how dinosaurs went extinct.
Ted.
Yes, Ted, exactly. Ah, yes, you're a good boy. And the chat loves you.
That is true. The chat does seem to be moderately fond of you, Ted.
Yes.
Now, if I just bring them down, just a couple at a time, and then just destroy the... I can bring them down 2 at a time, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Then we'll just pull them in from there. Hi, Ted, have you come to snuggle by feet?
Hello, yes, hi.
Do you like actually snuggling down next to people's feet? Yeah, there you go. I've got a little Ted footrest.
I'm wearing my my Ted's mum socks. That John's sister gave me. Hello.
Hello.
Did you get yourself stuck, buddy?
Are you stuck on the back of my chair? Zena's also come up, and I think Zena decided she's jealous because someone's getting attention that's not her.
Specifically, Ted is giving somebody attention who's not her.
That's true.
Because Zena loves Ted so much.
And it can sometimes be a tiny bit possessive about Ted.
Not in a, like, gaudy or nasty way or anything, but we have no doubt as to who is the favorite as far as she's concerned. Hello, darling. But she's so big now. She's like stretching to scratches John's desk chair, and she's almost
as
to
tall
the
as
top
it.
of it.
She's about 5 kilograms. Yeah, so she's one of her parents must have been quite a large cat. Though, of course, because she was a stray rescue, we will never know. But we think she must have had... One of the parents must have been pretty big. Because they're 5 kilograms and 4.5 kilograms. So, 4 just random European short-hair moggies. They're pretty large. So, probably they had one parent. They had one parent that was a bit bigger and one that was a tiny bit smaller. And Xena takes after the larger parent. Is the best bet we've got. Alright, I'll bring you in the right direction.
Hello.
That will bring...
But yeah, when she wants attention, she goes to the back of John's desk chair and scratches at it.
And just scratches at it and makes a fuss and a noise. Hi, Ted. What's wrong, honey bunny?
Oh, nothing. He just decided to go have a stretch and sit over there.
Fair enough. I was about to say, did you notice you were not getting all the attention? And that was a problem. Dear, oh dear. Xena, you little cuddle cat. You're going to be a lap cat. You're going to be a lap cat for a little bit, sweetheart. Oh, yeah. Alright. Pull you into that. And though, admittedly, you are now... need to be pulled a little bit in this direction, too. Of the dumb LED things. Come on. Pull you in this direction. Need to pull that camera up. Okay. You need to be pulled more towards the door. Yes. 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 Okay, cool. Now more of that. Cut all of you.
Alright, princess, off you go.
And then you need to report here, and if I literally just took you in, there we go. The balloons are officially stored, and more items in the shop.
I mean, I think we had more items in the shop earlier, but we didn't check them. Oh,
I think I did.
Dinosaur,
there was a run. There is actually a dinosaur hat. That is true. I could be tempted by dinosaur hat. Devil horns. Excellent. A siren, a UFO. Does the UFO, like, properly light up? Glasses with a fake moustache.
Yes.
Obviously. Elf shoes.
Cowboy boots, though.
Anime eyes.
Oh my god.
And more dumb things. So, okay, to the wardrobe. So, okay, the eyes can now be anime eyes. Absolutely. The hat. I was hoping it would be flashing around the outside. I was hoping for flashing. That feels anime characterish, being on fire, but I do like the dinosaur hat. That's true. We can obviously change. We can choose the color of our dinosaur. We can make it match if we want. I kind of want to make it match the my feet, so that's perfectly acceptable. And obviously moustache for my anime eyes. Absolutely.
Amazing. It's like anime Ron Swanson.
There we go. The cutest spider of all. Abso-flipping-lutely. So, okay. Place the stars in the sky.
I think the stars we shot, like, randomly everywhere in the room are supposed to go up there.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Do we need to find... Oh, well, there's one.
Yeah, most of them are right here.
So that's alright.
And we can just hook them together and then take them back in one big convoy. So that's perfectly acceptable, because we kind of shot them all in the same direction. So is that actually... Did we fire 4 times?
I think that sounds about right.
It's probably about right-ish. And if we just pull you here... Well, the webs are a little bit generous with the laws of physics. Like, sometimes they just clip straight through something. You don't have to worry about it. But yeah, because you could just hook everything together. It's not so bad, though. Hang on, is that... Oh, there was one behind the... Is there one behind the scarecrow? No, I think we just knocked him over. So, okay. Return the stars to the sky. That we can do.
Oh, yeah, it is cute. You pulling it with the web does look a little bit like a constellation.
Okay, and presumably those spots there are where we're supposed to be targeting them. That normally means, hey, this is your destination. So that is okay. This will not be so bad. This will be absolutely fine. So what we need to do is create a little thing for me to walk up. From that point, I can just transfer over to here. And from this point, I can just transfer over to here. And that will be fine for me to escort the entire bundle up. You guys are still... Yep, you're all still attached together.
But obviously it was in the
it was hidden in
grass.
the thing. So, okay, just get there up to here. They might get a bit stuck en route. I might need to significantly...
Might need to, like, reattach them with shorter strings and then maybe go to the,
I think, significantly higher up before we jump over to a different thing, and then just drop them there. That should allow me to do it, because then I'll have free space beneath me. So if I just grab them now, and then just walk up. Love the anime eyes. Incredibly dumb anime eyes.
It's very cute.
It's very stupid. So okay, and then if we just go there, and then just keep going up this path. No, go this path. There we go. There we go. There we go. No. Go. Up and... Or, literally, just going up the wall will work, aside from the fact I need to not turn around from the camera. Okay, check they're actually... Yeah, okay, now bring them over. The wall would have worked fine, it turns out. And I'm pretty sure there's 5 things, and we've brought 4 of them, and there were still 2.
Yeah,
so we've got a spare. We've got a spare. We have a spare. So okay. Load star into star cannon. And now we just need to get it way up though. This is going to be... I swear I had a targeting thing.
Yes, but I think you shot that thing.
Wait, what?
I think you accidentally hit the shooting button.
Did I? Well, it's lucky that that was what our 1 spare, because I didn't even see where that went. Also, you are all attached together. Okay.
Because I think you only get the targeting when you have something in there.
That's reasonable. Right. Be carefully aim to the left. Okay. Close. Just a tiny bit more in this direction. And then maybe a tiny bit down. I think that looks like that's the correct trajectory. Fire!
Hey, that worked.
Okay, so as long as you land within that area, that's acceptable. So now I just need to do it perfectly every time.
Perfect. Easy peasy.
Exactly.
Lemon squeezy. Shout out to Kyle, who gave us £10 and says, I'm hoping you're all good. Claire is the best. I've been playing The Last of Us. I caught myself singing the Flamethrower song.
As you should do.
John, I'm now part of the MATN crew.
Shh.
Dear, oh dear.
Okay, star number 2. We're nailing this.
Ooh, we got one.
Though, as we did, of course, note when we were putting together, I think we were putting together the trailer live stream for the birthday last year. If you actually watch the actual video, you might be tiny bit. It might sound horrendously wrong because we had to slightly slim down the wording around the Flamethrower song to make it fit inside an end card. So actually, there's like a couple of extra words. So people go back in, and I kind of accidentally Mandela affected the Flamethrower song. Because now it doesn't sound right when people go back. It's like, well, wait, that's not what John said around the Flamethrower song. Yeah, because I had to trim it down by like a couple of seconds to make it fit in the as an end card, which is hilarious. So it's not actually quite the song you remember. It's ever so slightly different. So just a tiny bit more, tiny bit more. That should be that. Then if we just go up a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
That, I think, will land inside the area.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you hit the vague...
I mean, it seems like a pretty generous
anywhere within the ball will do absolutely fine. Claire.
Dear, oh dear. Shout out to Moken, who gave us 100 Norwegian krona and says, hello, Master Ted, Lady Claire, Xena Willow, and John. Stream number 42 of asking Master Ted to allow his servant John to play Dream Park Story.
It's a highly effective campaign. It's going to work one of these days.
I hope Master Ted has been getting many snuggles and pets today.
I think
he has, you know, because I did some gardening earlier today, as in, like, obviously I always do gardening, but I did specifically some trimming and mowing and stuff, because our grass was kind of
bit out of control.
Anyway, my compost bin is now full of grass clippings, so that's awesome.
Didn't you always say you can't have too much grass in the compost though? It's like bad.
Well, yes, but you layer it.
Oh, obviously.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not suggesting you wouldn't put it in without doing a rack and pinion joint. Obviously, I know what I'm talking about.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, you have to layer it with some more carbon-rich materials.
That should be perfect. And... Stars Return!
You just went and did it. Very
Nailed.
nice.
That one was relatively generous. Now, there's also help Vera find the missing tooth. Which, if I had to guess, would logically mean you'd check...
Under the pillows.
Exactly. Or somewhere nearby to the pillows. And if I had to guess, we haven't done anything with the dollhouse upstairs. And I think just based on the toys, we're supposed to understand that the boy down here might be a tiny bit older than the girl up there. So possibly she's more of an age where the tooth fairy would still be a thing.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we go up to the top.
Yeah, you...
And I think it might be hidden in the doll's house.
But surely you need to speak to one of the spiders first, right?
Exactly. We need to find Vera. And I suspect there might just be... Well, there's a spare thing over here. Yeah, this reads as a slightly younger child to me, which therefore reads as more likely to be involved in business pertaining to the tooth fairy.
Makes sense.
But we need to find a Vera. And can we open up this house? Does this house open up at all? Does the door open? The door does.
Vera's up there now.
Oh. I see open things. Hang on.
Because wasn't Vera like a black spider? There you go. I think she's in here. Yeah, there you go.
How did she know what colour she was going to be?
Because she was the detective who...
Oh, right. It's the same... I forgot her name. I didn't really... I completely did not clock the name. So, okay. A business problem. They trade a particular good. Baby teeth. Recently, one of the kids lost tooth put under his pillow. Hoping the usual green bills in return from our client. Excuse me. However, the tooth disappeared. To find this tooth, I suspect Professor Quack is behind this. My little bird says Swift, Ryder, and Ulf all have some intel for us. Ask them what they know. In the meantime, I have to search for Billy, my nephew, I mean assistant. Disappeared again. Okay, well, Ryder was definitely down by the thing. But I think... What was the name of the woman who we spoke to a few times? I don't think she was...
Down here? Millicent?
How do you remember all these names? The theft, you say? Trust an old cowboy. If there's one place to hide something, it's the dollhouse. Back when I was a kid, Millie and I spent hours chasing wild schmoops in there. We even stumbled across some hidden buttons. I'm pretty sure there was one for each floor. Okay. So potentially, that my instincts in the first place may have been spot on.
Oh, spare
shooting McGibbles in case you need those for anything if you've just lost them. Very generous game in terms of, yes, making sure you've got things. So, okay.
It's almost as if this game, like, somehow thinks that games are supposed to be fun?
Hang on. Is there a secret hidden button?
Well, he did say that.
Hang on.
Does it turn on the TV?
Oh. I think I just hit that. Pull the bed out the way. We've definitely hit it. The question is, what did that just open, if anything? Are there bloody secret rooms inside the dollhouse? Round this way.
There's blueprints all over again.
Okay, that's the front door. There's definitely... Question is, how much of this was open previously? What secrets have we just uncovered? We've definitely discovered he said there was a button on each floor. So we found the button on the lower floor. And then... up this way. Up to the top floor. Where there is not a secret button under the bed. But, this might have been the secret room, potentially. Well, I see also the button up... Oh, hang on. There might be multiple secret buttons. Maybe one per floor. Maybe just not just one button per floor. But one secret button per floor, too. So, okay. Pull the furniture. Yank all the furniture out the way. We need to discover where the secret button is hidden. It could be by... Aha! So, okay. Is it a question of pushing the buttons in the right order?
So we have blue, green, and red.
Yeah. All of them are around. Maybe one of the others is going to tell me about the order.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe it says, hey, I remember. Someone once told me you have to push blue, green, then blue again, or something. There's gonna be a passcode. Okay, so we've spoken to Ryder. Ulf wasn't Ulf the computer one? Who therefore...
No, that I do not remember, I'm sorry.
And Swift is the race one. So we need to... Well, actually, I hadn't seen... So look for a checkered flag, because that'll be where Swift's race begins. So I haven't actually seen...
Well, isn't Swift the one that's, like, by the car thing?
Quite possibly, yes. So, okay, yes, maybe Swift on this case is running the car race. More than anything else. So, yep, and round. Thank you. Swift. Are you Swift? No, that's Sparky. Swift and I worked together on this. No, there's still... Swift is still somewhere. Aha! Checkered flag.
Nice.
Right. So that is Swift. Hello, Swift. So, okay. Swift, I created the most amazing and long race ever.
Dash.
But... Oh, you're right. Fudge. Well, that's not who we needed. Well, hang on. Where's the Brainiac spider guy? Because we've seen... It definitely wasn't you. You were Millie. So, hang on. Was there anyone on the desk?
No, maybe by the rocket? The rocket's nerdy.
That's true. That's very... That's reasonable right there. That's Eldon. Gosh darn it. Shh. But I'm sure Ulf knows what he's doing. Is that Sparky's writing? Wait, what?
Hi, baby. Hi, Dad.
Is Ulf the guy by the start of the area? Like the one who welcomes you? I think he's the guy who's in control of the area. I think he's right by the starting area. So we just clamber up to the top and back inside the vent over here. I think you might be Ulf.
Hey!
Yeah, there we go. If you're working on the case with Vera and Billy, but he's got a hunch the thief stashed the goods to the dollhouse, I think he's right. Seen plenty of old times. They always got secret rooms. Maybe secret panels or buttons. I bet it's a combo of 5 elements. So it's 5-digit code, but we've got to find... Dash? Swift? Swift.
Swift.
So who have we not spoken to?
Maybe there was Castle Guy?
That's true, there was a castle guy. Okay, just dropped to you. There was definitely someone there who, yeah, because I think we must have spoken to everyone or seen everyone by now. Hello. That's Dwight. Gosh darn it. Who else is...
Is there somebody near the teepee?
I don't think I saw a spider friend over there. Because we... Unfortunately, yes, 5 is a little bit too high to brute force it. Well, then it's 3 to the power of 5. So 3, 9, 27, 100. Okay, never mind. That's 3 to the power of 5 is slightly too hard to brute force.
Yeah, and I feel like that wouldn't make for a, exciting live stream.
We've definitely spoken to the car spider. We've definitely spoken to car spider. Is there anyone on the shelving units that we haven't seen? Because we've definitely seen you. Hang on. Who else is around? Because we've definitely seen, yeah, there's the race spider, there's the race spider. There's the car spider. Vera herself is in the house.
Is there a spider, like, on the desk at all?
It would be... I feel as though there should be, because there's some puzzles on the desk. So there should be a spider on the desk. That's reasonable. Because there's a jigsaw puzzle.
It doesn't... Yeah, I think that's all jigsaw pieces.
That's just jigsaw pieces, not a spider friend. So where... is my last... Oh, hang on, there was someone in the car. Remember, there was in the parking lot.
Oh, yes.
Please be Dash. Swift!
Woo!
Nice! Okay. That's fine. That's a-okay. The squares come first, and the 2 triangles. So, okay, square, square, circle, triangle, circle.
Can I just write down the clue?
It's square, square, circle, triangle, circle. So that's the only possibility where there's 2 squares that come first. And it has to be 2 because it's plural, but it's 5 total. And then for there to be 2 circles around the triangle, square, square, circle, triangle, circle. That's the only possible combination. So, alright, we got it. We remembered parking lot guy. Thank goodness. Even though you didn't really do anything, so you were a hard one to find, blimey. So, okay. We now know the code to open the secret door. Deeply delightful. Claire, while I mosey it back in that direction.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Silver Iron, who's been a member for 31 months, and says, good evening. No boops today, John. 30 was our highest. I'll probably go.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Paul Wilson, who gave us £90, who has been a member for 90 months.
I was about to say, blimey.
Sorry, who has been a member for 90 months, and says, quoting Tarantino, I deeply love the human feet. Yeah, I feel like you're quoting more than one person who works in Hollywood there, but whatever.
Okay, so it was square. So it's a square, square. Then was it the triangle?
Circle, triangle, circle.
Triangle. Which one's the circle? It's not you, so it must be the top floor.
Yeah.
So top, then down to bottom, then top again. So hang on, it was up here, wasn't it? Circle. And then down to the bottom floor. For a single triangle. Spider, it's okay. Pretty single. Spider! Spider! Just get out to the house. It's a bit crowded in here for you. Then 1 triangle. And then back up top. For the last circle, and this should.
But I love the idea that doll houses always have secret rooms. Mm-hmm. Like, do they?
Well, fun one should, yeah. Here's a little one. Oh shit! New level unlocked to the living room.
Wait, so where did Vera find the tooth?
Well, this is the only area where the windows are closed, so it feels like it would be logically
clever.
Somewhere here, because the windows aren't functioning. And, oh, I think we just saw a bunch of stuff back there, including a new spider friend.
Billy, possibly. Oh, several teeth.
I'm first. I won. Oh, dear. Many, many teeth. Just grab one of these teeth. Bring it with me. Just as that one's the most tooth-shaped. That one's the one that's coming with me. Over to, like, you know, just have a quick chat with Vera, who is, I believe, up on the top floor.
I think so, yeah.
I believe she was. Right, Vera. You found it. I was sure you were the right spider for the case. Now I just have to figure out how Billy ended up in the hideout. Anyway, amazing job. I wonder if our client needs help with removing the tooth. And there we go. We can now... Oh, dear. Imagine the tooth fairy contracting out to spiders. Spiders coming in at night to clamber under your pillow to take your teeth away.
Mm-hmm.
Truly, truly a nightmare right there. So, okay. I am not going back to the ranch. I am happy in this game. So, you know what? I'm not doing the jigsaw puzzle or the schmoops. I am happy to say, you know what? No. I'm good. I'm A-okay. What I am going to do is go check out... I didn't realise there was another proper full room. The living room. I thought it was just the ones we had in like a little outdoor area. But it looks like there's actually one more flipping room. So, get clamp. Spider. Spider friend.
Next gen, I want to know if I've beat Blueprints yet. No, because I haven't played since John got me hooked on Drop Duchy.
Drop Duchy. I will give a go to the race, but if it goes badly, I'm just gonna give it one go and see if I can nail it first time. But he promised a complicated race, so okay, we'll see how this goes. Because this is potentially going to be tricky. And go. And oh dear. You have to you have to nail the flipping thing, don't you? You have to nail the wire unless you actually preset it up yourself. That's a pain, because that is, you have to nail the red wire. there. If you nail that, then okay, bloody hell, 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 through that, through that.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's a really nasty. What's it?
Whee!
One of these days I'll get it. Yeah, you have to. That is basically just constantly using the red wire to your advantage there. And wait, where the fudge did I just go? Yeah, basically that's just constantly using the red wire, which is terrifying and very difficult to do. And then then you're clearly supposed to do the arch. Get to the arch, through to here, possibly that's supposed to be the ceiling at that point. And then through to here.
Now the ceiling is easier than the wire.
Yeah, you just make sure you don't leave it too late or accidentally stick onto the ceiling. And then the flipping planet, just for added.
I mean, yeah, that's a proper Spider-Man game there.
Through the middle. Blimey. Through the big gibbles. Through here. Through that. Just let yourself drop a little bit. And then, wait, where did you go after that point? Wait, then it's way down. Whoa. Then you just drop. And then you have to go back in and... Oh, that was close. Then you go back in. So, okay, after the planet bit, it's like a roller coaster drop. You have to deliberately let yourself drop there. And then you just sweep in through here. And then... Probably that was the end right there. Okay, so you've really just got to nail the flipping... Yeah. That's that. You have to absolutely...
Yeah, you have to know the course, though, like...
At that occasion, I fluffed it straight away, actually. Okay, then back over to this way, and then you fluffed it. Yeah, that's... Okay, that one's tricky. I'm happy to say, you know what? I've got enough tasks done in this room. I'm happy with that. That one's tricky, because you've got to nail... That one's all about nailing every individual, like the red rope every time. Little red rope is nasty. That is nasty. So I'm happy to go and check out the next room. I want to go and check out what is presumably the final room, given there's only 4 ways off the hub.
All right, and meanwhile, shout out to Jay Resta, who gave us $50.
Oh, thank you very, very much indeed.
And so thank you, everyone, for the fun community.
Oh, hang on.
Oh.
I think possibly there isn't a living room just quite yet. Once we've had to the next level, you'll have to come back here to our... Okay, it turns out...
Oh, and there's dates and everything.
Hang on, there's proper little dates. So in August... There will be a living room, cosmetic items, an achievement, and a photo mode. So, okay, there is, in fact, not quite a thing just there yet. Though there is a little bit more. There is actually a tiny bit more because... hang on. I know if you go to... yes, if you go to... main menu. In the free... In, like, the free play mode, the sandbox... There is kitchen, office, kids room, forest island, desert island, canyon island. So they've got, like, no objectives or anything. They're just basically for, like, you know, having a little wander around it. So this is the closest thing you've got to garden.
But
I think there's no tasks list. There's no tasks list, but there's also, like, it's like this is such a free play mode. There's even, like, you know, a little, the cheat menu you can add to which I think you normally can't answer. So that's, like, you know, that's the campaign of what you've got. But yeah, there's a little kind of like little...
Oh, there's a little castle
little
and
castle
everything.
over there, yes.
So cute.
Can I swim? Oh, I can just happily go underwater. That's fine. I can swing underwater. No trouble whatsoever.
Oh, I feel like maybe it's a little bit more muted, the swimming underwater.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of resistance, but maybe not quite as much as there should be. Not quite as much as there should be. Claire!
Anyway, shout out to Alana, who gave us £2 and said, for Claire's 3D printer fund. Alana, you are delightful as ever. Thank you very much. That's very sweet. 45 Under gave us 3.5 New Zealand dollars.
Ooh.
Very nice dollars.
Sexy dollars.
Let's see. Anthony has been a member for 60 months and says hello to the fur babies and their human staff. Usual pictures of Leo and Annie on not Twitter.
Ah, well, as now there's not a living room, I'm going to go try and nail that race in that case. I will go and try and nail that race. We'll try and end on a dramatic victory.
Shout out to Perambulatrix, who's been a member for 11 months, and says, I just wanted to say thank you to John and Claire for continuing to provide much-needed good chill times. Also, trans rights are human rights.
Damn straight.
Trans rights, indeed. And Cheat's been a member for 18 months, and says, happy Lilac Day for last Sunday. And happy early Pride Month. Also, how is it already 80 months?
That feels reasonable as a question,
know, right?
yes. Okay.
Oh.
Through we go. And through to you. Through to you. Through to you. And then through to you. Okay. Through to here. Through to here. Through to here. And I need to hit the ceiling, I think. Oh no, I got stuck in a teddy bear. That's very unfortunate.
Damn you, teddy bear.
Okay. This bit's not so bad. Oh! Just shy of that, but I'm making pretty good time anyway. And hang on, I got distracted by the wrong target thing there.
Yeah, because obviously we left and came back, so we haven't done the planets this time around.
Oh! Close, but not quite. Back this way. And...
Oh. Yeah, it is hard because you can't skip any, obviously.
yes. And then
Oh dear.
down. Oh! I think I could still do it, though.
Yeah.
Because I think I did quite good aggressive swings there.
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Flipping nailed it.
Very, very nice. And while you're doing that, shout out to Lord Missing Number, who's been a member for 33 months and says, I'm in the US, and after hearing you talk about them so much, I found Jaffa cakes at the international section of my grocery store. They're delicious.
They are pretty good. I wonder if they're slightly different to other countries. Like sometimes you buy the same, like sometimes you literally could buy the same thing, like with the same branding in like the UK versus US, but they taste totally different because they use different ingredients to suit the local palate.
And also sometimes it's just like, you know, restriction on
like
what
yes
can be
some
in food
yeah
or
some
whatever.
candies you can find in like UK and US. The US ones, I think they use a lot more fructose, so they taste kind of weird.
Yeah,
they taste really different, and like probably the US person would say the same thing, just because the palate is totally different. They've just developed a different direction, which is very interesting. So we have done the race, and now I'm not doing the schmoops. I have schmoop trauma.
you're doing the puzzle.
I'm gonna try and do the jigsaw. And I'm gonna regret it. I'm gonna regret it, but I'm gonna at least give it a go.
Dear oh dear, shout out to Narf, who gave us $5 and says, hello MATN crew and fur babies. I usually watch the VODs, but I had to ask about any interest in Monster Train 2.
I actually had it in the calendar a while back. I just hadn't quite got to it yet, because I just remembered something just kind of struck me in the back of my mind. I thought I would just go back and check that, but oh shit, the original Monster Train video turned out to be extraordinarily long, just because the way that game works, where you've got like the multiple layers of roguelike happening simultaneously, it creates a scenario where an average run is quite a bit longer than the average roguelike. So I think, oh shit, that's going to take so many hours to do. That's going to be a bit tricky to get ready. And then like it's like okay, and then there's like a few other games I was like kind of looking forward to and interested in, and Night Rain comes out like tomorrow. It's like okay, I will probably get to it at some point, but I don't know precisely when. But yes, I am aware of its existence, and I enjoyed Monster Train 1. I thought Monster Train 1 was interesting and quite a good game, so I will probably get to it at some point, but I do not have a particular like exact time in mind. Claire.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Giles, who gave us 20 Canadian dollars.
Excellent dollars.
And says, hey John, great stream. When do you think Fallout 3 Remastered will be released? Do you think they are currently working on it?
Yes, and 2027. That is my estimate based on the leaked documents we've previously seen about the timings of Bethesda games. If they weren't already working on it after the response to Oblivion, they definitely are now. They'll have said to Virtuoso, whatever their name is, like, okay, congratulations, you did a good job with Oblivion, now you're doing this, get on it. They will 100% have immediately have told the Oblivion guys, the Oblivion Remastered guys, to start working on this now. 100% if they weren't already. Which, well, we know they were planning to do it all along, thanks to the leaked document. If you haven't seen that, see my video, Fallout 3 Remastered will be better than you think. Which changed its name relatively last minute. Originally, when I thought that, like literally, I played Oblivion Remastered. I thought, okay, this is interesting because we could use this to triangulate what's going to be in Fallout 3 Remastered. And I said to Claire, okay, I'm going to make a video that's like Oblivion Remastered, you know, what Oblivion Remasters tells us about Fallout 3 Remastered. I said to Claire, look, I need to make a thumbnail where we like get like a really Oblivion-y style thing and a Fallout 3 Remaster thing, and like we put a slash through them and put one side and one on the other, and I got you working on that. And luckily, you didn't really do much on it, but because I changed my mind, I said, you know what, we're going to call it Fallout 3 Remastered will be better than you think. That's kind of, because in the end, as I was writing the script, it expanded to be not just about Oblivion Remastered anymore. It turned out to be about like stuff like, you know, Starfield and Fallout 4 and Skyrim, and like it was about all sorts of different things. So in the end,
yeah, I don't think you actually ever briefed me on that particular thumbnail, though.
I definitely told you that we were thinking about, like,
Yeah, but I generally assume that because you always want to do a thing with a slash in the middle. You love it.
Nothing wrong with a big slash in the middle.
No, nothing wrong with it. But yeah, that's kind of where I was assuming.
My default if I want to fancy thing is, hey, what if we take two things and then we put a slash between them? Yeah.
Hello, Willow Bear.
Hello, Willow Bear. Turn over. Turn over, jigsaw piece. No, not again. Don't flip it, then flip it again. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. You're coming this way, buddy. There we go. Well, mate, this is much easier than the sliding puzzle.
Yeah.
This is
definitely.
much easier than the sliding puzzle, and I think you go there, right? Hang on. Is that where you go?
No.
Have I got you the wrong? I think I've got you the wrong way around, haven't I? Yeah. You're the other side. You're the other side. Get over to the other side. The problem is now the existing pieces are getting causing trouble.
Anyway, shout out to Derpy, who's been a member for 14 months and says the button is truly the final boss.
It's entirely possible that's true.
Dear, oh dear. Shout out to, and I'm so sorry, I'm going to butcher that name, but we've got some Icelandic krona coming.
Oh shit, okay.
Shout out to both Friedrichsen, who gave us 1,500 Icelandic krona.
Ooh.
And says, for all the times that you've made me lol, never forget Skull Mountain! And have a good time.
The insanity battle of Skull Mountain.
Indeed. Let's see. Excelsius gave us €2 and wants to know for Night Train, will our group code be MATN again?
It could well be, you know. I've repeatedly failed to actually put together a crew for Night Train. I have actually been thinking of who to reach out to about that. I do have some things in mind, but I failed to get it arranged, so I need to get on that. Lol. Otherwise, I'm just going to be left standing there at the edge of the dance floor at prom with no one to dance with, because everyone's going to have already got their partners sorted out.
You don't really dance, though, do you?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a metaphorical video game dance, so it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now you look like you probably belong over here.
Yeah.
You think you belong on this side?
That does look like it, doesn't it?
Hello. You. Yeah, I thought so. Then we just need more of you. We're running out of edge pieces here, which is always the terrifying moment when you start having to actually, like, you know, not just rely on looking at the edge pieces. Now you have to be here because there's no other edge piece for you to realistically be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then last edge piece. Congratulations, you just slide in here. Right, now this is where things get a bit tricky. So
Hi,
you are
Ted.
the bottom of the logo. So bring you in here and then just slide you in.
Oh, yes, you are a good boy, young man.
Ted is just confirming, by the way, he's a good boy right now.
Yeah, he's doing a very proper sit.
He's doing his very
Yes.
proper sit.
Yes, yes, you're a good boy, and the chat loves you so much.
Oh, no, I went a bit far. Oh, no, now you're stuck. I've got that piece wedged. There we go. We're just able to just about yank it. Yank it and deny the laws of physics.
Oh, hi, baby, hi. Oh, hello, hi.
Occasionally, he does just offer a paw if he really wants attention.
Yeah, but like he actually put both paws on my leg.
Oh, that's quite
and was
rare.
On his back legs. Hello, darling. Is it a fuss?
Hey, Ted.
It's a fuss.
Oh,
He wanted a
yes.
fuss.
Hello. I made a mistake though. I kind of reached behind me blindly because I knew his head was roughly there, and my first thing my hand made contact with was his nose. So I kind of immediately had a bit of wet sliminess there.
Yeah, Ted, you're fine, honey. That's just your sisters making noise.
We successfully completed the puzzle.
Yes, indeed. And shout out to Stefan, who's been a member for 29 months and says, I have nothing to say.
Well, that's fine. We appreciate you anyway, Stefan. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah. Oh, Ted, you went to get his dinosaur toy. Good
Oh,
boy.
his dinosaur, which looks quite like the dinosaur we built.
But without a tail, because he ripped it out.
He did rip it off, yes. Ted likes having, like, a soft plushies with, like, soft stuff inside. And then, like, very often he'll just give them a gentle chew, but eventually he'll just perform surgery on them and just, like, tear all the stuffing out of them. But he never eats it. He's very good. He
And
never
when we
eats
say
it.
perform surgery, it's because what he's doing is he's playing Operation.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get the squeaker out.
He does. He chews it till he finds where the squeaker is, and he makes an incision by that, and he pulls the fluff out till he gets the squeaker. But he very carefully just leaves the fluff off to one side.
And also the
he
squeaker.
never eats it. Yeah, then he puts the squeaker off to one side. He just wants to disassemble his toys, which is very cute.
Yes.
I've also stuck to a packet of crisps there.
Yes, indeed. We've got a recommendation from Next Jenner, who gave us $20. It says it's called Galaxy Highways, a small game made by 4 guys with a lot of passion behind it. I'm not campaigning for it, but I'm recommending it. Also, just play Dream Park Story already.
You know what? I think it's gonna have to happen. It's gonna have to happen. I respect the people who are like, you know, when we did the after we did the video on Zoo Tycoon.
Sure.
Like, you know, there was a bunch of people who started their own little like mini campaigns, but you know what? They were weak. They all dropped off after a week or two. But the Dream Park Story, that's been a campaign. Huh?
Moken.
Yeah, that's been a campaign that's kept going. That's been a campaign that's kept going, and I respect it. I respect that, and I think it should be rewarded.
Yes. Though I do think it's cute that Moken spells Xena with a Z.
Yes.
Because I'm assuming it's one of those... if maybe they haven't seen the show.
Maybe in
Xena
some other
Warrior
localizations
Princess.
of Xena was spelled with a Z.
Maybe. I mean, it just sounds like a Z when you say it in English, right?
Yes.
So that
Good old
does make
Xena
sense.
Warrior Princess.
Xena.
Xena.
Xena. Okay, but I'm telling you what the French was because we were just talking about localizations.
What was it?
Xena Princess Guerrière?
That sounds pretty good. That sounds
Yeah.
pretty good. I like that. That sounds good. But was it spelt the same way, just pronounced
Yeah.
differently? Yeah. Still spelt with the X.
Yeah.
Or the Greek E, to use the dumb French name.
No, that's a Y, John.
Huh?
Greek E is the Y. Greek I is the Y.
Oh yeah, I forget which Greek. I forget which thing was which.
Yeah.
I think it's
Anyway, shout out also to Derpy Sweet.
Chubby the anime eyes with the moustache. Anime eyes with the moustache. So delightful. Sorry, you were saying.
I was saying Derpy gave us 500 Swedish krona and says, take my monies, but promise that Ted gets at least one treato from me.
Ted gets so many treatos. He gets his post-dinner dessert chew, which is basically like, you know, because it's completely just a bit of raw hide. It's basically just a toothbrush, but he loves it. And then he gets, because we introduced Snossage time in the evening. Okay, I did. For the simple reason that the girls got their biscuit bowl filled up at night, but then he realised we were going into the little utility room where, you know, all the animal food's kept. And he kind of kept over, like, was like, Okay, you're in the food room. Why am I not receiving food? And he looks sad. So I introduced a tiny treat time into the evening, where after the girls get their biscuit bowl filled in the evening, he gets a little tiny treat. Because otherwise,
and they're like a beef sausage that's like 100% meat.
Yeah, a little tiny beef sausage snippet. But just because otherwise the girls would be getting a snack and he wouldn't, and he seemed sad about that.
And John is, in fact, a very strong-willed individual who's not at all...
There's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all spoiling the baby dog.
Nothing wrong at all. Dear, dear.
Nothing wrong at all. In fact, dare I say, greenest of flags.
Yes, yes. He's a good boy.
And shout out to Myra, that girl with the coffee who just who has been a member for 49 months. Just said, hello, I hear John dropped my place of work off of the shelf earlier because
the ambulance, it wasn't my fault. The ambulance didn't go fast enough. That's on the ambulance, not me.
Yeah, sure, blame the ambulance.
I'm blaming the ambulance.
Myra says, I can confirm I was not in that ambulance, but I did save 4 lives today.
That's pretty good. I'm not sure.
Pretty good.
I'm not sure I saved any.
Yeah.
We're not aware of such a thing. So then congratulate you. Have been more socially useful than me today. As indeed probably, in Myra's case, most days.
Yes, indeed. And
God
you know
bless,
what?
God bless ambulance drivers. I mean, bloody hell, that is a
God bless
that is a
EMTs
stressful, difficult job that does so much good. Like,
I'm not sure she's driving though. I think she's a paramedic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
also
same, but you know,
stressful, difficult, cramped conditions in order to save lives. Like,
yes, and I think when we're talking about like social, usefulness, ours is keeping the morale up of people actually doing important jobs.
So hopefully they'll still need that after the apocalypse. I'll just kind of devolve a little bit and just become a bard functionally.
Yeah.
We're bringing bards back. I'm very sorry. I'm extremely sorry, Myra. I got the wrong end of the stick there. I apologise.
No, I think that was me, right? Because I said
well, I think I was talking purely about driving. I think I was talking purely about driving first. But blimey, if you simultaneously drive the ambulance and also nip in the back to save people's lives, I mean, conking hell, that's even more so.
I think the person driving the ambulance has to keep driving and pay attention so they don't hurt more people.
And in my mind, it's like, okay, it's red light. Okay, it's just gone red. We've got 30 seconds. Get in the back. Right, back on the CPR. I'm sorry, we had to get to the hospital. Right, okay. Few more pushes. Right, pump the bag. Few more pushes. Defibrillator. Charge. Bzz. Okay, sorry, it's gone green. I just said the beep. Right, sorry. I'll be back to do some more defibrillation in a minute. Stay alive. That's how I choose to believe that works.
Sure.
That's probably not how that works.
Sure. I think it probably isn't,
I need to add that into Dr. Lawyer MD.
Oh my god.
I'm 100%.
I think you need to tell the good people about this because...
If anyone who follows me on Twitter may be aware, I was tweeting about a theoretical doctor and lawyer simultaneous show called Dr. Lawyer MD the other day.
And also solving crime.
And I decided it's such a good idea, I've actually started sketching it out, and when I retire, I'm just writing it as a 6-part limited series script and pitching it. Dr. Lawyer MD is going to happen. Dr. Lawyer MD. It's a brilliant idea. It's going to work. And I think, with that, we're all caught up, right?
We are indeed.
In which case, ladies and gentlemen, this here has been a web... I've been waiting to do that. Waiting to do that. This is a webbing journey. It is lovely. This is all there is to it at the minute. We've been streaming for, about 3.5 hours. I think I've played for about an hour and a half. So that's about 5 hours. There's going to be another room in that. There's going to be another room in August. Someone was saying earlier the little open area. Apparently that was what was in the original demo years ago. They remember playing it a very, very long time ago, which is super cool. So yeah, that's really awesome. That is apparently you can still kind of play that. Super nice. But yeah, I love this. It's very attractively priced. I've played a few of these recently, games that are quite small but a very attractive price. This was not many dollars at all. the King of the Bridge, the chess game I played the other day, that's like £2.50. That'll be like $3.50, $4 or something like that. Like, I love a little indie game where you like, you know what, okay, it's a small thing and it's only like 5 hours long, but it's also only a few dollars. Like, I love those little things. I love little tiny indie experiments. It's just like, hey.
Yeah, this one is
£6?
£6.
£6 at the moment.
£6.50, but it's on
so probably about
$8
$8
at the moment,
like,
right?
$8. $8, great. For this, absolutely.
Ooh, islands and trains.
You know what? I wasn't 100% sure about that. I wasn't sure if it was quite as interesting as some of the.
I mean, I'm looking at for me though.
Yeah. Islands and trains, I literally got an email about today. I need to look into more detail. But I don't know because it's not like Islanders where there's like, I think it's just a decoration tinker toy. I think
like a tiny
glade.
Yeah, like a tiny glade.
I think Islands and Trains is like tiny glade. And that's
I'm definitely gonna play that though.
Yeah, I
and
wasn't.
That's £5.50.
I wasn't sure if there was enough there for me to do a video.
Yeah, because if you recall when we did Tiny Glade, wasn't that like the Tiny Glade and dystopian?
Yeah, I did that. I
did
that as a double bill because I thought, you know what? Because it's just like a little decoration tinker toy. It's like I don't think there's enough. And speaking of Tiny Glade, they've just picked up like stairs and paths. They've got a little update too.
Yeah.
But like I was thinking, like I don't know if there's enough here to make an actual video of. So that's why I did it as double bill. So I'm not sure Islands and Trains has got enough stuff to be a video, but I have considered it. But like, yeah, I look at this and I think. This is the right price point for this. This is good. I had a lovely time. With this. This will be on my games of the year list because you know what if for no other reason we simply don't get enough bloody physics games. Brilliant physics games. That's I just have a little game where the game says, yeah, you know what? Here's some dumb physics. Here's some. You know what? I think this is what Spider-Man should be. I don't understand how we've got a big successful Spider-Man franchise that doesn't have proper webbing in it. Where, like, you know, there's not, like, I don't know, I just sit there and think, what the cock are you guys doing over there in the Spider-Man studio? Because I take one look at Spider-Man and think, it should be an immersive sim. It should be an immersive sim. Because, you know, you literally just tell the players, hey, here's your webbers, your webbers? Your web shooters. Here's your web shooters. Here's how you shoot some webs. You can also crawl around on the ceiling and, like, you know, be stealthy and whatnot. Like, you know, a little bit Batman Arkham style. Like, the first Batman Arkham, where there was a lot more hiding up in the ceiling. You crawl around to the ceiling. You've got your web shooters. You figure out how to use the webs. You can, like, lay a trip wire and, like, you know, cause people to run into it so they fall over. You web people up from below, etc., etc. I don't know. I just look at the Spider-Man franchise and think, as good a game as this is, I wish it was an immersive sim with proper web shooter physics. I don't know, that just strikes me as way more unique. Like, surely if you've got Spider-Man and his web shooters, you use the web shooters and the webbing and you use the unique stuff Spider-Man can do because he does whatever a spider can and spins a web any size and catches thieves just like flies. And, like, the moves where that does happen in Spider-Man, like, you know, where you, like, boop someone and they, like, get stuck to a wall, is great, but I just feel like it shouldn't be, like, an animation attached to a move. It should be the whole thing.
Well, yeah, the interesting thing is Next Gen says that would be too silly for the AAA industry, and I think it's just a kind of, like, games that take themselves... Games and, you know, in general, IP and franchises where the people responsible for it take it way too seriously... Mm-hmm. And, you know, this idea that, like, if it's silly and if it's comic book for kids, then it has no value, so therefore everything has to be gritty. Like, you know, and also because they want to make a AAA title that sells for 80 quid.
Yeah.
And, you know...
I'm not saying it shouldn't be... I'm not saying it shouldn't be, like, as big, and there shouldn't be... Though I agree, like... The best thing you could do with the Spider-Man games is turn off the web swinging assist. You've got to properly figure out how the web swinging works, which is delightful and much improves them. But like, I don't know, I just think there should be more of that. And I also, then again, I'm just an anti-gadget Spider-Man, like Luddite. Like, I'm the person who's sitting there thinking Spider-Man shouldn't have a giant pile of gadgets, and I was, I enjoyed Homecoming because for the most part Spider-Man doesn't have a giant pile of gadgets there, and the actually does have a pretty on the small side. It's almost played for laughs that like, oh no, Tony Stark's put too many gadgets in my suit and I don't know how to use them all. But like, and at the start and at the end of the film, he's just using his instincts and his basic web shooters. And I like the fact that going forward in Spider-Man in the MCU, clearly we're going back to no gadgets, basic web shooters. That's what we've got. So yes, absolutely. I don't like how gadget focused the Spider-Man games are. And that seems to be a big focus of it, like, all that stuff. I just flipping want Spider-Man to have to use webbing in creative ways. And I don't think that should be a big ask. That's what I want. I just think there's too many gadgets in the Spider-Man games. I don't like gadget-based Spider-Man. And I know which sounds silly, because I get it. He's supposed to be smart and technical and invent shit and whatever. But I think Spider-Man has way too many gadgets. Old man shakes fist at Cloud, damn straight. Curse you, Spider-Man. He's a menace. He's a wall-crawling menace, damn it. J. Jonah Jameson was right. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man has too many gadgets. You should just have web shooters. Just give me web shooters. I'm happy. That's all I flipping need. Just that's fine.
It's just, look, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man shouldn't have access to Q.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's, too much to say.
I also just want to know at what point Tony Stark fell off the rails precisely. We need to figure this out.
Fellow derailed. Because
in Iron Man 1, he very specifically says, oh no, I don't make weapons anymore. No, don't worry, these don't kill anyone. They're just flight stabilizers. They stun, they don't kill. My armor sends out little darts that knock people unconscious, doesn't kill them. And at some point between then and flipping Far From Home, he developed a satellite system that deploys kill drones and gave Spider-Man, a 15-year-old kid, a suit with an instant kill mode attached. At some point, he fell off the no-kill wagon. I want to know the exact point. Tony said, fuck it. I'm making weapons again. We're back in the weapon business, baby. Let's kill everybody now. I need to know the exact point. He just said, well, he didn't. I don't think he meant the murder robot was a mistake. The murder robot was a mistake. He didn't mean to make a murder robot. But, at some point, he made the instant kill mode and the kill drones. And, at some point, he fell off the wagon a bit there. I want to know the exact point he fell off that wagon. Now, Batman can have gadgets. That's acceptable. When you start, in particular, the later Batman games, like Arkham Asylum, sometimes if I ever, say, oh, I feel like playing Arkham City, and I sit down and play, and say, oh, shit, I start the game with 27 gadgets, because you start with all the gadgets from Arkham Asylum, but I forgot what they all do, and I find it a bit overwhelming. But I can deal with Batman starting with a giant pile of gadgets, because Batman should have a giant pile of gadgets. In fact, you know what? We need to swap this round. Okay? Game Spider-Man has way too many gadgets. Film Batman has nowhere near enough gadgets. Okay? That's swap. Swap utility belts. Okay? Spider-Man gives his game utility belt to film Batman, and film Batman gives his suspiciously empty utility belt to game Spider-Man. And then we're fine. No, seriously, why doesn't Batman have gadgets in the films? Why do they always have Batman as angry, beating people up man, when he's supposed to be genius detective with gadgets? Why is my Batman not a genius detective with gadgets?
Because it's too silly for serious cinema. Mm-hmm. Because, if you can't write for shit,
yeah,
you think the only way to make it good, in quotes, is actually to just take out any sort of levity. I
will never stop finding the single most hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a franchise that's got Batman and Robin in it, but the funniest shit in the entire and some days you can't get rid of a bomb. But the funniest thing in the entire Batman film universe is unquestionably in Batman v Superman, where they do the montage of Batman getting ready to fight Superman, and he does it by doing CrossFit, pulling a big tire around the Batcave. It's sorry, you're telling me that Batman, the human, who's preparing to fight Superman, is deciding that the best thing he can do with his time to prepare, like the famous Batman prep time, is making himself infinitesimally slightly stronger so he can outpunch Superman? That's Batman's plan? He's going to do training so he can punch Superman? Batman's going to do that? He's relying on physical strength? Batman? The human? I would never not find that simultaneously funny but also slightly brain destroying. I cannot be dealing with Batman doing CrossFit in order to make himself strong enough to punch Superman to death. No! That's the one thing Batman wouldn't do, because the entire point is he's not as strong as Superman. But he's smarter, and he's got the gadgets, and he's got the prep time. So why are you using the prep time to do CrossFit? Don't use your prep time to do CrossFit. Use your prep time to come up with a very clever plan.
I mean, look, it's a problem, as Matthew points out. Now, when you claim a character is a genius, but then the writers and producers and the people coming up with the concept are not a genius, then it sounds real stupid.
I just want my Batman to be... Well, you know what I like? Because the thing is, like... I'm not just going to be, like, a big comic snob here. Because I'm going to absolutely be a pleb, and I'm going to say, like, possibly my favourite Batman is, well, the Batman that we see as Old Man Batman and Batman Beyond, or Batman of the Future, I think, if you're in America. But also Batman of the Batman animated series, which, of course, is the same Batman of Batman Beyond. Because the big defining characteristic that they really stress in Batman and Batman the animated series is Batman has empathy. He has such absolute reverence for human life. Batman doesn't, like, the whole Batman no-kill rule that gets glossed over by all the films because it's not seen as important. But, like, you know, Batman has... They put this really nicely in the epilogue to Justice League Unlimited when older Terry, goes and visits older Amanda Waller, and she says, you know, there's no one with more love for his fellow humanity than Batman. It's like, yes, Batman doesn't... Oh, it's Batman in the US. It was Batman of the Future somewhere, but I can't remember where. But I just think Batman is this incredibly empathetic figure. And Batman wants to do... And Batman very often is kind and decent. In particular to the more sympathetic villains like Poison Ivy and whatnot. And I just wish we got that. And I think there's way too much emphasis on Batman as like this gruffly hyper-violent punch man. And it's like, okay, fine. But like, I don't know. Batman is a very empathetic genius who has a huge reverence for human life. It's like... That would be nice too. Sorry, I got distracted by Batman when talking about a webbing journey. And I probably just started on Spider-Man and we just sort of sparked. Why was he doing CrossFit? Why? You don't get... So I'm going to take on Superman. Oh, what are you going to do that? Oh, I'm just going to do CrossFit so I'm as strong as Superman. Fuck off! I better spend some time in the gym before I fight Superman. That's the most productive use of my time. Ah! Oh, dear.
Anyway, shout out to Spoopy Bat, who gave us $2 in his last-minute donation as an ad block tax. Thank you very much, Spoopy Bat.
Oh, thank you, Spoopy Bat. Okay, we're gonna wrap things up there. I'm not gonna talk about Batman anymore. We're gonna go have some food and
burgers.
Ooh, we're having burgers tonight. Yeah. Nice. So okay, we are.
It's the only way to make sure he doesn't start talking about Batman again.
Thank you very, very much for joining us this evening. Thank you very, very much to the super chat donators. And just hopefully you've enjoyed this. We've got plenty coming up, of course. We've got your usual Morrowind, your usual Fallout Londons. I've already recorded speaking of I want my Batman to be a detective, I may have recorded a detective game for next Wednesday. It was going to be this Wednesday, but then it was way too long. So there's going to be a long video next Wednesday, which is why King of the Bridge was quite a short video, because I've had to put it together quite last minute. It's like, oh shit, I've made way too long a video and I can't get it ready for Wednesday. So I had to make the short little video, King of the Bridge. So I've had it in my back pocket for a while. So I have a little detective game. That's going to be quite long for next Wednesday. I am planning to play... This was recommended. This one kind of flew me by, but I recommended I saw it. Tainted Grail. The Fall of Avalon, which is just basically a very generically named, but looks quite good, like big open world RPG thing, which has caught my attention for one very particular reason. I'll explain in the video, which I just find delightful. So we'll get on with that. Obviously, Elden Ring, Night Rain. I don't know whether I want to just put together a video of that, like, solo, or if I want to wait until I can put together a team. I'll wait to see some like the first reviews and like see what they say about playing solo versus playing as a team. Because I'm that might be a bit delayed because I like want to like try and get some other folks together to like put together a team of 3 for that. That kind of feels like that's the intended solution. So like I might just kind of wait for that. So yes, we've got that. But I will also say we're getting a bit ahead on Morrowind, and I've got next week's like midweek video already like in the bag, which means we're kind of getting ahead a bit. Which means possibly, I don't know, maybe at some point the Patreon cast is looking promising. It's looking promising for a Patreon cast at some point. We can do it, I swear. Not recommended solo, lots of people say that. So yeah, I think rather than rushing out an Elden Ring Night Rain video, I'm going to like reach out to some other like folks and we'll see what we can do. See if maybe, just maybe, we can I can put together a little team for that. So yes, that might be like in a week or 2 for that. Next week's live stream, I literally don't know. Because we have to finish Atomfall, finish Indiana Jones. Both of those will happen. And on top of that, Civilization 7 just got a new update. Like, it's not enough to really justify a video, but I wouldn't mind, like, I wouldn't mind playing it for a few hours. They've just made some big changes to... They've just used to do map types. They've rebalanced and made some of the... like, Pack of Cuties no longer terrible. He was so terrible. And Inca was terrible, but they've improved both of them. So we'll have to flipping see. So, yeah. We will we'll have to crack on. All of those will be coming up at some point or another. So thank you very much during this evening. Thank you very much, Super Tetronators. Patron cast, thank you so much to patrons who for their incredible patience these last few months. And thank you so much for just joining us this evening. Hope you had a lovely time. Hopefully you look forward to some of that stuff I've been talking about. Hopefully we'll see you next week for whatever precisely that stream turns out to be. But hopefully, in general, you've had a lovely, lovely evening this evening as well. And maybe, just maybe, we'll see you next week. But in the meantime, I've been John.
I've been Claire.
It's been many a true episode, and Ted, and I can't say... Willow! And she was literally right in front of me, just up on a little ledge above my desk. There's many a true nerd, and don't know where's the interest. Mr. Many a true nerd, and this has been the delightful webbing journey. Which, yes, well worth a look, see, incredibly cheap game, and more levels coming in August. So more stuff you have not seen to come as well. Well worth a look, see, I'd say. Thank you very much, and have fun.
Look you who was wrong about the balloon
Oh,
under
the
the
goddamn
table.
balloon tire, Clay. I almost called you Clable there.
Yeah, what the crap,
It's a bit tired. It's midnight.